Hello, hello. Hey, sorry it's a little hectic. Need to change some logos. This is not Iridescent Dawn versus BQ. This is actually, and the scores is not on screen at the moment. So let me turn off that so you can see whenever I'm changing them real time. But hello, welcome to game one of the quarterfinals at least. Let's see. Just planning to message right now, but it is going to be the first game of the quarterfinals between Dawgmar Gaming and Lampost. For sure. Alright, but let me make sure, or let me finish up with these adjustments. You guys can go ahead and see the bands that are going on the screen at the moment here. Around them. Pretty sure it should be Dawgmar Gaming, which right here, this nice little logo. And move on. And versus Lamppost. Pretty anticipated match here. Both teams are performing very well this season. Lamppost is one to note, or one to say that they are pretty typical for like being pretty prominent on the scene for being a just generally a good team. But Dawgmar, I mean, they had a little bit of a rough patch starting off in their previous season, so it's good to see that they have gotten themselves into a pretty good spot for them and a nice team overall, honestly, and that works out well. But for now, we will be looking at how this draft is going. Let me join a Discord call in case any of my lovely casters wants to jump on into this. But in any case, here we are just gonna be relaxing a little bit, talking about this first game before we really get right into it, and then at the oh hey, what's up, Alex?
Hello.
Right, you should be able to be heard on stream as well. So yeah, I saw you're in the lobby. I wasn't expecting you to be in here, but
I got an invite and I was here, so I just took it.
all right. Well, hello, hello, and then Malin's also in the chat. Hello there. But what do you think about this draft so far? Since you're already in here, we might as well talk about the game.
Sure. Let's see. So I was kind of communicating with you as this draft was going on, so I wasn't looking at it in real time, but seeing Zeri first pick, this champion this champion is getting nerfed next patch. It's
Mm-hmm.
already been nerfed since release. Still considered very powerful, and from what I remember, I think Lamppost AD carry Zealot kind of popped off on that champion in their very first week of GRLCS. So it's something that I think is worth considering as a first pick. DMG obviously thought it was worthy of being first picked up. And then Action in their second rotation along with Braum. That's two marksmen alongside Braum, which is kind of the ideal situation for a Braum support to be picked up in. Action has been a mid laner staple for the side of DMG. Cyrene really likes that pickup. On the other side, Lamppost with Ash Nautilus, just a generally good bottom lane for playing the lane. I'm not sure how good Ash is as the game goes on, but the buff to the missile speed on her ultimate is really quite powerful, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, I'm interested to see how it works out. Ari is a strong staple mid. They know what they're picking it into with the action locked in on the side of DMG. And then obviously they need some magic damage to lock in after the first round of ban or the second rotation of bans. Um and so they pick up a Mumu Mordekaiser. I don't uh, I don't dislike a Mumu as a jungler, but I'm not sure I like it on the side of DMG. I like Treyaris as a very early playmaking jungler. I think that's how DMG have won a lot of their matches in the regular. So putting him on something that's a little bit more scaling like a Mumu, not as much early playmaking power, I think might not be in house.
Yeah. To to be fair, with Amumu, it still is a pretty powerful, like early-ish jungler because he has double Q His ganks are still pretty potent, but he will need a lot of support from his laner to actually complete all the damage. So Mordekaiser or Akshan really has to make moves in order to really make sure that these ganks are successful.
Yeah, I definitely agree that Amumu brings a lot of CC to the table, even pre-6, but uh, his damage is rather lacking until you
Hmm.
get a little bit later on. You're also not even really that tanky. You kind of lose 1v1s to every other jungler in the game until after a certain point when you can are tanky enough to get your conqueror stacked up and whatnot. So it's you have to be very opportunistic if you want to make plays in the early game. If we want to talk about top lane though, these are top laners that both of these players are very comfortable on. I thought that Mordekaiser for DMG is quite good. Chachi did have quite a good showing on this champion. And then, of course, Aatrox for Slappy as the last pick. It's, that's like the champion he's known for here in this particular tournament.
Hmm.
So I'm surprised that it made its way all the way through. Obviously, I say that, but there's a lot of things that are worth banning, and maybe Aatrox, as comfortable Slappy is on it, is the lesser of six evils, as it were.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, I mean, we could really look at these bands that already finished all through since they kind of sped ran through this draft phase. We're looking at pretty important picks. Anasuki's Nocturne, whatever he was on the Mingos team, very potent. Previously, Leroy had has a really solid Syndra. Knows how to perform on that champion very well, managing using how she can cast her abilities while being able to still move. So it makes her a really slippery target. So if you're banning that away as well, and then generally, Janna's just been a really good support, even if they're nerfing Enchantresses in the next patch, and also just generally, she's just super good with the with Glacial Augment at the moment. I still think she's pretty like super strong with how much disengage she offers to the table. So I do respect all the first round bans. Even second round bans want to make sure that they really narrow it down to whatever they're really looking for against Slappy. It's like, okay, we'll let them be a little bit more, strong side, top side, but we'll also send in a Mordekaiser, which is pretty strong in its own right as well, in order to try to maybe duke it out with them.
Yeah, and I think that the Nocturne ban is a little bit of a question mark for me. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think a Jarvan is something that Adam Suki, it fits a lot more for me with him. And I also think Volibear is a champion that Adam Suki has really popped off on in the past. So, um the Nocturne is something I'm not particularly afraid of just because it doesn't have any utility going into the later stages of the game. I mean, I say that. You obviously have paranoia, which can really mess with a team's comms, but he doesn't have any on-demand CC, which I think is a lot more valuable generally speaking. But it's something that DMG consider worth banning. It's fine for Lampost. I think Jarvan is a great pick for Adam Suki, and he can really make some early plays on this champion.
Yeah, and he is going to be filling in a little bit of that more controller-esque sort of field for his team. We already have a good amount of CC where Aatrox has like his little micro stuns with his Qs. Ari has the charm and probably more than likely going to build the Everfrost as well. And so you got another layer of CC, Ash Arrows, Nautilus, uh, everything on his kit essentially. So Jarvan, I think he plays a pretty good role about catching out from further distances as well as, controlling a little bit of the battlefield thanks to his ulti. The Cataclysm really helps narrow in some people into more unfavorable positions. I think at if they actually they did have the option to. I think Amumu actually might have fit the team a little bit better for AoE sort of CC since a lot of their CC is single targets. But nevertheless, J4 does a good job at filling in that role as well. Just a little bit harder to play around, but you can definitely use it a little bit more often than what a Mumu ulti can.
Yeah, I actually quite like the Jarvan pickup here. Uh, Ash and Ari are both Ash, Ari, and Nautilus. A lot of that bottom side of the map is pick oriented. Jarvan can really close the gap and lock someone in with the Cataclysm for just to land those abilities a lot more easily. So I the pick. I think that Amumu would not be bad in this situation. Obviously, it was picked up on the side of DMG, but it's a lot more all-in oriented, and I think that um, the Jarvan stylistically with Ahri and Ashe at least fits a little bit more.
Yeah. And then to answer Kimaz in chat, seeing many matches between Ashe and Zeri. Personally, I actually haven't seen too many matchups, but I can kind of see where it goes. They both kind of pop up in mid game for different reasons. Zeri having a lot of team fight prowess, while Ashe just starts ramping up her damage a lot more with thanks to her passive. But in this early game, I don't expect there to be a lot of fighting in at all. I'm imagining Dawgmar and Randy Newman are really going to be the biggest factors in the laning phase, and also just roaming around for the other maps, not just in bot lane, but also for like maybe helping out mid since you have Akshan and it works well with Braum, or you have Ahri, which can very much so layer CC and guarantee kills. So I think
Yeah,
the ADCs are really more so going to be more of a mid to late game sort of effectiveness is what we're looking at.
yeah. I think that playing against Ashe in lane is really difficult if you have a dominant support. I will say that Braum is actually quite good at playing. You know, Braum, a lot of times you think about him and you think about his passive and playing aggressively with it, but you can also play it very defensively. I think Braum is actually really effective at playing defensive lanes. And you can also, and Braum and Zeri are also a lot of aggressive power as well. I quite like the combination of Braum and Zeri because you can play back whenever Nautilus tries to engage, but you can also play forward if you see a good opportunity.
Alright, give me one moment. I actually have the spectator bug, so I'm going to have to leave and re-spectate someone.
Yeah, spectate, but especially I think if you're going directly in from the spectate delay, sometimes the thing can bug out.
Yeah. Which, unfortunate, but I mean, we got a little bit nicer UI for all this stuff. There's still quite a handful of bugs though. Like, you can't see the icon for Headstake Drake unless it's like one of the slain dragons. You can't see it like coming up, I guess, is what I'm saying. But alright, relog. Let me do this real quick. Do you want to introduce these teams to us? Or this side?
Yeah, absolutely. Except I also just quit out of it, so
Okay, here,
I'll have to.
I could do that real quick.
No, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
DMG on the blue side, Dawgmar Gaming with Chachi OKC on Mordekaiser in the top lane, Treyaris in the jungle on Amumu, Siren in the mid lane on Action, and in the bottom lane you've got Malins and Dawgmar on Zeri Braum.
Now over to the red side, we have Lampost. We have Slappy in the top lane playing the Aatrox. Adamsuki in the jungle playing the J4. Mid lane we got the Leroy, the one and only, playing the Ahri. And then bot lane we got, to round it all out, we got Zealot and Randy Newman playing the Ashe and the Nautilus.
Yeah. Could you can you either stream the game or like read off your timer so that I can make sure I'm synced up? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I'll just watch off you.
I'm at 102. If you want, you can just like look on Discord and just try to match it up from there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Just so you can still be able to check out anything you want to check out on your own side of things. But in any case,
so
go ahead.
A little bit of an interesting play here where Zealot and Randy Newman just sort of sitting in bot lane. They're going to potentially go for a level 1 all-in, or not necessarily all-in, but try and just burn some summoners with a surprise dredge line out of the brush. It looks like they will abandon that in favor of just catching the wave and trying to get a favorable wave state.
I would say that the level 1 is a little bit iffy for Lamppost side if they wanted to try something bot lane. They have the Nautilus, which has really good CC, and they have the Ignite, which is a great advantage. But I don't know if they necessarily are guaranteed to win it as much as they want to, where they would risk potentially Zealot falling even if they manage to get Malins. Then it's just a even tie for ADCs, just both missing out the first wave. So I think they're just going to try to play a little bit chiller, and maybe wait until like level 2, level 3 power spikes.
Yeah, all right. Level 2 actually hit by the bot lane of DMG first, so they get to push forward a little bit. Randy Newman now playing aggressively now that he's hit his level 2 as well. We're just going to see a little bit of standard jungle clearing. Well, I say that. Treyarch actually skipped his wolves. This has sort of become the de facto jungle path where you just clear your buff plus the camps you need to get to level 3 and then just go for an early gank. Adam Suki, on the other hand, has gone for what is essentially the pseudo full clear where you just don't do Krugs because Krugs are in a terrible position because of pathing issues. Slappy getting a lot of good to Chachi. Okay, C will dodge away from that little claw.
Yeah. Mordekaiser's early game is definitely a pretty rough one to see. He hits a little bit better once it hits level 3, but so does Aatrox, and as you can see, he's just bullying him at this point, doing a really good job at that, but bot lane...
Yeah, Treyarch coming in for an early gank here. The Winner's Bite slows up Randy Newman, but he'll be out of range for any potential bandage toss shenanigans. There we go, Flag and Drag gonna come in. Siren flashes away from the knockup, and he'll swing on out of there. Slappy now going aggressive here onto Chachi OKC, doing a ton of damage onto him. Chachi's gonna look to maybe get a recall off here, but he would miss a lot unless he invested his teleport into that.
Yeah, Adam Suki looking to see if maybe he can capitalize on it. If I was on the... or if I was Adam Suki, I would be thinking, okay, you know, there's a lot of pressure top lane. If I were on the blue side, I want to try to relieve it a little bit as jungler and go top lane. So now Adam Suki hanging around that top area. So if there is a gank, he can respond to it a lot quicker and maybe even get a double kill if anything does happen. He's there to get a real quick response to it.
Yeah. Things are pretty quiet so far. The Hawkshot gonna spot out the Amumu. The Winner's Bite has already landed though. The Bandage Shot's gonna connect. There's no flash on Randy Newman, but that's not the target that they're focusing. Malin splitting focus a little bit means that they're not gonna be able to get concussive blows onto either of these members. Could potentially have been more. Zealot did have cleanse, so I understand, I think, what Malins was going for here. Chachi did take a recall and teleport back to lane. Only to trade evenly in onto Slappy. Now a Charm gonna connect here onto Siren, taking a ton of damage, but he's low on mana. The Bandage, or Dredge Line rather, gonna come in onto Dawgmar. The concussive blow stunning up Randy Newman as Malin comes forward, pushing in onto him. Chachi, again, very low. All of a sudden, Slappy just taking much better trades early on.
Yeah, Chachi needs to be careful. Now he's going to be behind at least one minion wave, depending on how fast Slappy can get this next wave pushed in. It's going to be pretty rough from Chachi, but I guess they're thinking, okay, we'll just let him have the early game, but don't run away with it. He even invested a full Brambles vest. I'm imagining he'll probably even get the Ninja Tabbies, or I guess plated steel caps in the future.
Yeah. And Treyarch has been pulled to both of his solo lanes. Both of his solo lanes ended up taking really bad trades. Treyarch is going to have to be pulled to mid lane to help him shove that wave out. As a result, you're seeing on the minimap here, Adam Suki is just taking away as many of his camps as possible. He's playing pretty cautiously, not going for the wolves, and now here we go. Treyarch back into the bottom lane. Cleanse has been used early, but the flash fails from Treyarch. Now a Dredge Line going to connect onto Dawgmar. They're going to have to back away from this one. The concussive blows, but Malin's just slowed up. Oh, nice Bandage Shots from over the side, and Treyarch from downtown. First blood for Malins on the side of DMG.
Yeah, it looks like the flash was just a handicap. He was like, I don't need that in order to save my ADC, able to still manage Bandage Toss. But...
yeah, I'm surprised that worked out for the side of DMG. It was looking quite bad now here. Adam Suki gonna get the flag and drag here onto Treyarch. He does have the backup of Randy Newman as his bot lane already recalled. Bandage Shots out to the Scuttle Crab to try and get out. He's smiting it away just for the health. It's gonna be secured by Adam Suki. They will get Treyarch, well, they will get priority on the crab for that one. Early recall from Mounds and Dawgmar means that he has to give up that one. And it's resulting in Adam Suki with a small advantage in the jungle as a result of all that time spent both bot and mid. Now Slappy going aggressive here on the Chachi OKC. I'm surprised he hasn't just dropped the ultimate, but yeah, if he had just ulted earlier, that would have been a kill on the Chachi OKC. Yeah. He didn't have flash, and he knows he doesn't have flash.
Yeah, as an alternative, Chachi OKC might have been able to get something if he just committed a flat or his ulti there as well, since Slappy was under tower. It would allow Siren to get into a little bit better position, as well as Treyarch. We're seeing him pull up to the top lane as well. Maybe he could have been able to get there in a better position a little bit sooner, so then they can really secure the kill onto Slappy and force him to use that TP that Chachi already had to earlier into the game. So I guess it's just a little bit of a missed opportunity from Dawgmar Gaming in this early game, but it's nothing too detrimental.
Yeah, I would say I think that should have been a solo kill for Slappy, but wasn't willing to invest the world ender in onto it. Zealot and Randy Newman are the ones getting the push on in this bottom lane now, but they need to be pretty careful. They've got Malins with the Sheen, a lot of damage available for this Zeri at this point in time. Gonna need to be careful here. Slappy with a huge CS lead here over Chachi OKC as his teammates are moving in towards the dragon. He has teleport advantage, so he could potentially turn the tides if they went for this one. Now, Dredgeline gonna connect onto Dawgmar. They need to back up a little bit here. Concussive blows are quite threatening, but now the Enchanted Crystal Arrow used on the Dawgmar, Ignite used, and here comes the Leroy to pick up the kill off of it. It's gonna be 2 kills as he does get the double off of that roam. Action not in a position to follow. The dragon secured by a Lampost, and they're in a comfortable lead.
Yeah, Lampost doing a great job in this early game. Good body blocking, but they need to be careful.
Treyarch here at the bandage toss in onto Randy Newman. Depth charge used onto Siren. Zealot trying to cut it out. The Curse of the Sad Mummy comes out from Treyarch. Stuns up 2, and that'll be Siren picking up the kill. Randy Newman now on the wrong side of the map. He's going to be going down for sure, but the question is, will they be able to give it over to Siren? He will flash for it. It's a double kill for the other mid laner.
Yeah, so now both Millers in a pretty good spots, but Leroy in a little bit better one since he was able to get 2 tower platings, one of them shared with Adamsuki, but nevertheless, gold, if we want to go ahead and check that out here, is looking generally even. Top lane is pretty much dead set. A couple camps difference in jungle. We're looking at the biggest difference here would probably be that mid lane, where it's about a 500 gold difference. Nothing too large, but it's going to be paying for that whole Doran's ring that's essentially in Leroy's pocket against Siren.
Yeah. What we saw there is Chachi OKC actually took Adamsuki into the Death Realm. Somehow ended up on the other side of the Rift Herald wall. It must have been a blast cone, probably used by one of Adamsuki. And then Adamsuki had to flash away as soon as the Death Realm wore off because of the surrounding members of DMG.
Yeah, and with that, not having a splash means that he won't be able to do as many flashy plays as he wants to. Can't just flag, drag, and flash into a guaranteed knockup on someone. But to make sure that Chachi OKC doesn't suddenly get a little bit more ahead than his lane opponent, I'd say he's pretty well.
Might be in trouble here. He's gonna throw down the Glacial Fissure and the Exhaust. Zealot flashing away from the last concussive blow stack. Now Dawgmar backing away, using the stand behind me. Getting Randy Newman very low. Mal's not able to finish the job. Not willing to invest the Hypercharge. I actually don't know if that's the ability. Siren now getting aggressed on by the Leroy as he Spirit Rushes forward, but he's able to swing back quite a way. Charm has been dodged away from him. He's gonna throw down the ultimate. Leroy goes very low, actually. Almost goes down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Chachi OKC, just struggling here under his tower, is getting harassed out by Slappy, who's picked up the Hex Drinker, very efficient item for Aatrox early on, especially against this magic damage matchup. Now, Zealot gonna get tagged by the winner's bite blows. Malin's not moving forward. He has used the ultimate at some point. Now, Flag and Drake gonna come in onto Treyarch. Slappy pops the World Ender. They're gonna go for the all-in here, gets a knockup. Cataclysm flashed away from, and he'll be caught by a bandage toss. Stunned up here. Curse the Sad Mummy has already been invested, and here comes Sirena. Bandage toss gonna connect. Out to get the Flag and Drag knockup, but it will be a 1-for-1 as both junglers go down. Now it's a 1v2 situation as Slappy has to back away. Siren chasing him off. The Leroy having to take a recall after getting chunked down very low by that ultimate.
That is going to be having to get on out of there. Gold lead has expanded just a little bit for Lampost, not because of the kills, but because they're just generally good farming, able to choke out some of the CS differences for themselves.
Dredgeline gonna connect here. Dawgmar is gonna get caught. There's the Unbreakable, but he's still taking a ton of damage here. Gets the Guardian Shield. Is it gonna be enough? There's a volley. One more auto will not be able to land. Dawgmar's gonna go down. Not gonna go down, rather. Slappy now getting Chachi OKC flashes away. Siren now going aggressive here onto the Leroy in the mid lane. Charmed up as Leroy's going to be able to back away nicely, but he's swinging to follow him. Shutdown goes over. Solo kill for Siren. Meanwhile, Chachi OKC was not able to catch out Slappy as he used the flash to get away. Now Dredgeline gonna connect, and that's 3 members of Lampost surrounding Treyarch. Treyarch's gonna go down, flashed away from the bandage shots. He will go down without getting a kill back onto Randy Newman.
Very unfortunate to see, but let's go ahead and dissect a little bit what we just saw in these first few parts. Siren managed to get a kill over on Adamsuki earlier on into the top lane. That's pretty good. He managed to try to get or close in that gold lead that previously was on the leaderboard, and then even solo killing them.
Siren though has been caught, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow plus the Flag and Dragon Breaker going to be used by Dawgmar to stop the damage! Beautiful play from the support of DMG. Siren is unstoppable as he finishes off Adamsuki, who went all in. Zealot not able to follow up because of that Unbreakable. Siren pops over the wall with the blast cone that Zealot popped, and now he's going to be going down. Siren goes dominating 6-0 on this action, and the Leroy is just too slow to follow up on it.
Yeah, this action is getting quite incredible at this moment. 6-0. Let's go ahead and check out this gold just once more again. Looking at the top lane, 200 gold, very knowledgeable jungle, 700 gold. A little bit more a little more to talk about because of the camps difference, but the biggest winner here is probably the 900 gold difference that we're seeing in the mid lane, as well as a little minor lead, 200 gold in the bot lane, which is going to be making up the difference and evening up the gold scores for both teams.
Alright, DMG gonna secure themselves their first dragon, but now you've got Adamsuki and Randy Newman here. Dawgmar is gonna get jump in onto Treyarch. The Flag and Dragon on 2, the Cataclysm comes out, but he's exhausted. Treyarch doing what damage he can. Leroy flashes in, gets the charm off. Dawgmar's able to get out with the Unbreaker, or step behind me. Treyarch is the one who's left the sacrificial lamb. Here comes the teleport from Chachi OKC. Will they be able to finish off anyone else? It's a 1-for-1. The junglers go down. There's the World Ender coming out from Slappy. No, not yet. He hasn't popped it, but he is gonna get the knockup. Big pull from Chachi OKC, and he pulls Randy Newman into the death realm for some alone time with Papa Mordekaiser. Randy Newman is going to Dredgeline out. He'll go down, but it will be a trade as Chachi OKC pops out in the middle of members of Lampost.
Yeah, a solid 1-for-1 in that instance. I feel like there is a world where you maybe can get out of here, but not against when there's a Leroy, as well as Zealot just waiting nearby with 2 just pretty hard CCs that they can drop whenever the Death Realm does go down. So Chachi made a pretty smart move, went ahead and tried to guarantee a kill for themselves and make sure that it's not as bad as it could have been. And because of that, he is going to be rewarded. It's going to be a pretty even trade with dragons, even up on both sides as well. So it's looking like a very close game here.
Yeah, gold is basically dead even. Dawgmar now gonna get aggressed on by Randy Newman. They're gonna root up. They're gonna get another auto-attacking pot. The concussive blows on the Randy Newman. Glacial Fish are gonna be used as well, and that's a huge amount of damage coming out of Siren. Flash, Flag, and Drag, and the Enchanted Crystal Arrow invested, but Siren flashes out and swings away. Dawgmar is gonna be able to get out of here. Maybe! No! He goes down to Orbital Deception. Leroy finally gets a kill for him, but Siren is able to survive, and that means his 700 gold shutdown remains intact.
Yeah, and that is a very important shutdown. You do not want to give that over to Lampost at this moment because you're still a little bit behind on gold. That's due to the CS differences as well as just being able to take that tower. But if you gave away that 700 gold bounty, that's 1k gold plus including any assist gold you get out of that as well, handed over to Lampost, and really makes it a lot harder for you to try to really hold on to a lead at this moment. Right now, no team really has that much of a substantial lead that I would really say someone's a shoo-in to win, but you don't want to be giving up any free shutdowns there. Giving up a kill in order to save a shutdown is going to be pretty worth.
Yeah, so first tower did go down in the mid lane in favor of Lampost. That's a lot of the source of that 500 gold lead you're seeing on in place right now. As well as, again, like you said, the discrepancy in farm between jungle and top lane in favor of Lampost. Slappy and Chachi OKC will just be going at it here in this top lane. They'll continue to play on their little island. I'm curious to see what the junglers are trying to do here. Treyarch, again, looking for bot lane. He really wants to get Malins into a good spot here. Chachi OKC going to pull Slappy in for a tower shot. We'll see if Treyarch's patience pays off.
We will.
Looks like Zealot and Randy Newman kind of sniffed something out, so they're trying to scout the area, see where they're potentially getting dope from. They also have Siren down in the bottom side of the map. They're really just trying to force a tower to go down in their favor. He's been spotted now as he starts hitting onto the tower. Dawgmar takes the tower aggro, will get his Guardian popped up. Treyarch's now going to back away as well. So a lot of members of DMG invested here into the bottom lane for not a whole lot in their favor. Now Charm going to connect onto Dawgmar as well as the Orb Deception, but not the all-in from the Leroy with the Spirit Rush just yet. Adamsuki now making his presence known in the, well, not known, but here we go. Treyarch splashes for the Curse of the Sad Mummy, gets in Zealot, he's going to get caught, he cleanses away, he's going to go in for the Flag of Drag. Adamsuki goes and Cataclysms up 3, Arrow lands onto Treyarch as well. Adamsuki goes golden with the stopwatch and Leroy comes back in. Siren takes a ton of damage, but he's able to survive with the help of the Immortal Shields bow. He's just taking it up. He's life stealing. He revives too as he goes down. Triple kill for the Ashe, but it's a big win for DMG.
That is huge for DMG. Unfortunate for Lampost, you did give over that bounty, but that's fine. That's a 4-member 4 for 2, and Malins is able to take up all the solo gold as well from the minions and the bot lane as well. That means it looks like Siren managed to do what, he did what his job needed to be, which is stay alive long enough for either you to get the kill or for Malins in order to secure those kills and get those revives. Where essentially now DMG is not punished for their deaths as much. They're able to respawn faster. They're even here at the Dragon Pit first. And able to try to set up a little bit of a footing for themselves. Unfortunately, Malins wasn't able to get a recall off before Dragon spawned up here, so he's going to be fighting with a little bit of a handicapped position where he isn't able to spend all that money he just got. But Siren's also here, so we'll see how this fight goes out next.
Yeah, I thought that was going to look really good for Lampost, but they don't have as much damage as they need. Siren is just kind of insane now. Leroy having to Spirit Rush away at the risk of concussive blows here. Now we've got Slappy here with the World Ender teleport coming in from XVII as the Leroy tricks out Treyarch. Siren is going to get focused down. Shutdown goes over as it's just a big difference with Slappy here making his presence known. He's just annihilating the members of DMG. That's the top laner we need for the side of Lampost, and they're going to win the fight, pick up their second dragon of the game.
That is going to be looking like, as someone in Mr. UNSC is saying, a little bit
Dawgmar gonna get in onto Slappy. There's the ultimate used as Charm gonna connect, and they're gonna get a Dawgmar Flag and Dragons onto Malins, Cataclysm him up in the place, and it's the ace for Lampost. A little bit too much of a posture from the bottom lane of DMG.
It was looking somewhat good, but again, you guys are in a little bit of a handicapped position thanks to Malins not able to get a recall off. The timings was just wrong in order to try to really get something off. But yeah, because of that, it is going to be a little bit of a lost fight for you guys. And yeah, it's not looking amazing at this point because Lampost now has secured themselves a 4k gold lead. You managed to kill it was pretty much an ace. Getting that second bounty off of Siren as well is going to be just propelling Lampost a little bit into their favor. We're seeing Leroy has opted in not to go with the Everfrost here, decided his team has enough CC, wants to go with the Luden's Tempest instead, doing a lot of damage, as is anyways, so he's also going to be looking to pick up that Void Staff. Zealot going with a old-fashioned but still good build of the Immortal Shield Bow plus the Wit's End. A lot of on-hit damage and a lot of survivability, especially with Malins, who does like mids damage, but not as mids as like Kaisa mids damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so the bot lane fight went really in favor of DMG despite a really good start for Lampost. That's just because of how much damage Siren is able to put out compared to the Leroy. But if he gets charmed, he might potentially. Well, no, I just kidding. Leroy's dead to ignite. Siren just does so much damage. He gets a big shield from both Immortal Shield Bow and his own passive. It's really hard for Leroy to win 1v1s against him. But when Slappy joins the fray, especially when he joins the fray that far ahead of XVII, who had to channel the full teleport in order to appear down in that bottom side or a dragon fight, Slappy can just make a huge difference just because of how much damage Aatrox does to a lot of members now. He's going to get pulled into the death run by XVII, and that means that when he pops out, he's going to be surrounded by 4 members of DMG. Not even really worth popping the World Ender. I think the Curse of the Sad Mummy might have been a bit overkill. Slappy healing a ton. Gore Drinker is huge, but he will finally go down. They even invested the Glacial Fissure to that one. I definitely think that was a bit overkill, but with how long he lived, maybe it was necessary. Now Zealot is going to be able to pick up that second tier tower in mid, surrounded by Randy Newman and Adam Suki, playing bouncer so Siren can't sneak up on him.
Yeah, I think it was a matter of respect why they invested so many
Uh-oh,
oldies. Oh no.
they let Zealot alone! Siren is gonna come in here, do a ton of damage, but he's gonna get caught by the charge, Dredge line, and everything! Adam Suki cataclysms them all up, and it'll be Zealot with a double kill. Might as well have been a triple. That'll be the Baron call for Lampost, a bit of an overstep by Siren.
Alright, I like the confidence, but we did just blow about 4 ultis top lane. So, if we didn't already blew the Cursed Sad Mummy, the Glacial Fissure, I think that was a good play. But you did blow it, so unfortunately it looks like it is going to be a triple kill, and having the Baron essentially just hand it off over to Lamppost because you were, you saw a pick, but you didn't see everyone else that was around Zealot right there, so I would say that's just generally maybe just a misplay from DMG's, maybe calming and not understanding the timings that it was like, okay, maybe I should have held back a little bit. Maybe I should have hold back the trigger. Maybe we shouldn't have invested all those ultis. There's a lot of ways we could have gone with that. But in any case, it is going to be disadvantage over the Lamposter, expanding their leads to 7k gold. If we want to go ahead and check out who has all the gold lead, expected Slappy has a lot of gold lead. Suki, he's been everywhere. He has a little gold lead.
Yeah, Dragon is coming up as well in about 30 seconds. The Baron buff will be alive on Lamppost, so DMG, they need to play a little bit more carefully around their ultimates. Like you said, they burned, what is it, three of them in the top lane. 3 big team fight ultimates on a pick on one person, and as a result, they just get wiped there. It's about 7,000 gold lead in favor of Lamppost now as a result. Dawgmar has popped the Unbreakable now, needs to back away here, as the arrow is available for Zealot to throw out of there, and he doesn't have that key ability to stop range damage from coming in. Here, Treyarch looking for a way in, was maybe thinking about hex gating over to a flank position. Both top laners going to be sent to the top lane, but both of them do have that Unleashed Teleport available, and Slappy's going to channel his first. There's the one coming in from Chachi but the Charm connects on the Dawgmar, as will the Dredge line, and he's got the Unbreakable up, but he's going to be going down as he flashes over the wall. Randy Newman now in a bad spot. Here's Curse of the Sad Mummy. Treyarch trying to get in there and do what damage he can, but he's just a tank, and Adam Suki going very low, but it's not enough. The Cataclysm comes out. Chachi is doing what damage he can, but Zealot just cutting him out. Double kill for the Ash. Siren now running for his life, but he's going to get pulled in by the chains. Leroy gets the kill on Dawgmar. Meanwhile, Mal's now getting flashed on by Slappy. He'll flash away, and he'll try to cut it out, but it's a 1-for-4 in favor of Lampost, plus the Dragon into name, putting him at soul point.
Put them at soul point with a solid 9k gold lead. Lampost is just playing out these fights just way better. DMG has a really good team fighting comp if they let Malin's able to really get in there and doing a pretty good job at fighting. And Siren, he was in somewhat of a position in order to start fighting, but it just kind of melted out. We did blow our big CCs, we did the whole 9 yards, but I think Slappy being there just a little bit quicker than Chachi, OKC, and honestly providing a little bit more than what a Mordekaiser can in these fights is what's really making the difference in this. I mean, so much CC comes out from Slappy, such a big, monstrous threat. While Chachi OKC, he's trying to get onto this Ashe. He's trying to maybe get onto the Leroy in order to prevent them from being such a threat onto the rest of the team as well, but he doesn't exactly have the means in order to survive a lot of this damage as well. It's a little bit unfortunate for DMG at this moment, how they're, it might be just like a draft difference here, but
Oh, arrow gonna connect onto Siren. Are they gonna be able to chain it in with depth charge? Yes, they will. They will get the Dredge line as well. He's not able to blast Quinn himself out. Zealot goes dominating as they shut down somebody, and Treyarch is gonna get picked up by the Leroy as well. And this is the problem. Treyarch is level 11. Adam Suki's level 14. Everyone on the map is like a much higher level than Treyarch. He's not tanky. He's just getting annihilated. Dawgmar now getting caught in Cataclysm. He's going to be able to pop out of there as he jumps over in onto Malins. Chachi OKC not going to get caught by the Dredge line, but they will bully their way in onto this top lane tower, and they're going to get forced back. Charm connects. Zealot goes godlike as they finish off Chachi OKC. This game 1 is almost certainly going to Lampost.
Yeah, at this point, I think Lampost is going to be able to just end it here. They weren't able to get too much use out of their Baron buff, but honestly, I don't think they need to end it at this point in the game. They're kind of just running away with it, using the Headscape in order to secure themselves out. And they're making sure they don't play too aggressively. They don't want to just try to run in as the whole team is respawning. You didn't layer their death timers enough in order to really think it's like, okay, if we just keep picking them off one by one as they're respawning, but they are pretty much all layered on top of each other for respawning times. You don't want to risk anything. We're just going to go ahead back, secure, cash in our money, make sure that we get our strong points. We have a very solid 11k gold lead, and we really want to keep that up.
Yeah, Siren was a big shining light for DMG for quite a while, but since that point, since that really disastrous play mid where they lost Baron as a result, he hasn't been able to put out the damage you need him to do. He's the only one with a any semblance of a lead in this game. He is actually still ahead of the Leroy in individual gold, but your jungler is down like 3,000 gold. Adam Suki is so much tankier than Treyarch, and it's just it's problematic when Siren is not able to output more damage than the members of than any one member of Lampost, just because of potentially positioning mistakes or misallocation of resources. Uh, it's tough. It's
Mm-hmm.
tough.
Yeah, agreed, agreed. I mean, if we look over at Treyarch, he's working on his second item, while Adam Suki has completed his third. Same story goes in the top lane, and, well, it's not looking like a great spot to be if you're a Dawgmar gaming fan. But anything's possible. You are playing a double ADC comp into this, so you do have a pretty insane late game. Um, albeit Akshan's late game isn't as strong as other ADCs, just because he is supposed to be more so of a mid laner. But it's still pretty strong compared to like a Ari late game, so I think that is something to be of notice. But right now we're looking to try to make plays around to this Dragon Pit. Chachi OKC looks like he's saving teleport for next game at the
All right,
moment.
Slappy. Oh, he knew! He got a knockup! Treyarch's trying to get in there. Curse of the Said Mummy only hits 2 as Adam Suki cataclysms up. Siren gets charmed. He's going very low. Slappy's the first to fall, though, in the fight. And Zealot is kiting him out. He's in the death realm. He's taking down Chachi OKC. He will win that one out. But Malin's on the other side is just trying to get in there. Adam Suki gonna get stunned up. He's taking so much damage. He goes in the Guardian Angel. Charm gonna connect onto Dawgmar. He'll go down. Malin is cutting it out. Adam Suki flag and drags forward. He's gonna be able to do it. Dread Fly from the Flash will be good. He's gonna cleanse away the charm. He shuts down Leroy. Randy Newman is now getting forced out. Zealot, meanwhile, is trying to finish the game off as that mid inhibitor tower gonna go down. Malin's is gonna get his recall stopped by Randy Newman. He's not gonna be able to stop him, and that'll mean the end of the game if changes. Zealot is just gonna finish this one out. Lampost are gonna win this one. Great play from Malins, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be Lampost with a victory.
Yeah, I don't think Treyarch can really do anything. He needs to try to maybe hit an ult. Oh.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
Yeah, it got close, but he didn't have to curse it. I think he needed the curse of the Sad Mummy in order to try to really layer it down to allow Siren to get the kill there. But yeah, it looks like that is going to be game one. What a banger of a series to start off with, I gotta say.
I want to say how much I love that play from Lamppost. They know that the Baron is alive. They know that the Dragon's coming up on a very odd timing. They're at Soul Point. DMG want to be at that Dragon to set up for it so that they can potentially contest for it. But since they're all there, there's nobody there to contest the Baron. They pick up the Baron. They're able to run down there and even still get the Dragon Soul team fight. Really intelligent play from Lamppost there on that global play. In any case, I don't think we have enough time for DMG and Lamp before the featured series between PQ and Mingos, but we'll see if we can get that stream somewhere else. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll be starting up PQ versus Mingos here in about 14 minutes on this stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead and get some water, stretch a little bit, because I'm imagining we're going to have some banger series tonight.
moving on. Keep moving on. And they say I have a grim sense of humor.
There we go. Alrighty, now we are after a little bit of a delay. Okay, a lot of bit of delay. We're here with Mingos versus PQ, and I put them on the wrong sides because I forgot to switch it. Let me just and there we go. And now you guys see it. There you go. Mingos and PQ. We're here finally. And I am still Retro Dragon, but unfortunately, Agent 82 is not with me anymore. He is going to be continuing on that series of Lampost versus Dawgmar Gaming. As for us, here on the main channel, we're going to be showing our featured show, which is going to be the Wulfpack Mingos versus PQ. And alongside of me, I'm not alone. It's going to be my co-caster here.
Sami, what's going on, guys? It's been a while.
Been a while indeed. We're already blazing through our band's phases here. Again, I posted a little bit earlier in the chat, but just for anyone that was wondering what the delays are, TJ is currently dying in a hurricane, quoted from the chat logs. He is not having a great time. Hopefully, best wishes to him that he makes it out. But for now, we did manage to find a sub, and it is going to be Abysmal filling in for TJ Lanier in the top lane. Unfortunate, I'm sorry. I'm gonna miss it. His Trundle going to an 87 in the top lane, but still managing to somehow take every tower in on the map. In any case, we are going to be getting right into pick phase here. We're seeing the first one already down. Jinx is going to be the first lock in here, and then Ezreal's the hover. Switching over to Ashe, though. What do you think about this?
The Ashe is interesting. I do like it. I like it more than the Ezreal. Originally, what I thought would happen was that they'd lock in Ezreal and then give him Karma in the bot lane as well. Gives a lot of pressure into Jinx, which you would like. Didn't expect Nautilus, but Nautilus is also really good, so gives this bot lane a lot of pressure and can really slow down this Jinx depending on who the support is with her.
I mean, to be frank, I'd say that engaged supports are just kind of generally better at this point in time. Solo queue wise, there might be a different story with Moonstone Renewer just being a pretty. They're actually nerfing that next patch. But. Yeah, I mean, engage generally is a pretty good one. Opens up a lot of areas for your team. And makes things a lot easier for Kimas. Asking, is Ashe just one of the best ADCs this patch? No, I wouldn't say best ADCs, but she's gives a lot for the team. I think the combo of Ashe and Nautilus is really where it picks up. Ashe has a lot of slows. Nautilus has a great punish whenever he does land his abilities. So, with a combination of that, it just we'll probably see a decent amount of Ashe around here. But and then following up these picks, you see Victor and Morgana being locked in. So bot lanes have been secured, as well as a mid lane pick of the Victor.
Okay, well, along with the Victor, we are going to see the Syndra. That was a very quick hover and immediate lock-in. I like the Syndra pick into Victor. I'm a little surprised, though, that they decided to go ahead and select Victor. I think, in my personal opinion, there's a lot better mid laners than the Victor, but I understand why you choose him. He's technically he can be safe as long as he doesn't lose that flash before, anything really upgrades. So having Victor there, he can farm up, he gets to a strong point later on in the game along with the Jinx. So I can see why you lock in Victor. Still surprising nonetheless, however.
Yeah, I mean, it's still he's a opponent control mage nonetheless. He scales pretty well into the late game, and when you're blind picking, honestly, it's probably one of Nick Swiatek's more played picks alongside of a Corki, I believe. I know Anything plays a lot of plays a pretty mean Corki, which I'm actually surprised we haven't seen in that series, in seeing in this series. But I'm imagining maybe it's just not a good matchup against a control mage such as Victor. I'm going to be giving that respect by picking a mage of your own. Gives you a little bit more range in order to deal with these issues. These second round of bans, we're seeing at least Sin, Zac, Yone, and the Camille being banned away here. curious about the Yone because that would be a more top lane oriented pick for the Mingos. It's gonna be a little curious to see how those or what they're exactly thinking with Gangs in the top lane if he actually plays Yone top or not. But Volibear being locked in.
Yep, that's more than likely going to be the jungler
Mhm.
locked in. To talk a little more on the Camille and Yone, obviously everyone knows what Yone can do. Camille is the one champ that I do like to see, banned away. With a Jinx, with a Victor, the one thing you want to do is have as much space as possible with those two champions so that they can actually lay out the damage. So making sure that there's a Camille banned away is nice. The Shen also provides a lot more safety for one of these two carries, and they're just doubling down on it and saying, we're going to make sure that the Victor and Jinx stay alive, and by any means necessary, we're going to make sure we win a fight that's on our terms.
And to be fair, this is also still have to keep in mind this is not the DJ Lania that's in the top lane, so he's not going to be piloting the Shen. It's actually going to be Abysmal that's going to be piloting the Shen here, which is a little bit safer pick because you don't exactly know how well you're going to be playing with this top laner. Might as well just pick a weak side and just play for team. Just like, hey, hit me with an ulti, makes it a little bit easier in order to try to understand, not trying to make top lane your win con, just more so and something to augment your team without necessarily needing to win. Unless like it's going to be set that it's going to be the opponent for this Shen as well. So it's going to be an interesting matchup whenever we do see that.
Um,
J4 in turn
yeah,
also going to be the jungler for the Wulfpack Mingos, so it's going to be interesting
yeah.
to see how that turns out for them as well. Uh, and early game jungler with where Volibear also kind of pops off in the early game, falls off around mid game just because, but then picks it a little bit back up at the late game where his W just kind of does insane amounts of damage.
Yeah, to be quite honest, on my end, you've been cutting out a little bit, so I'm not sure whenever you've stopped talking or not. So, apologies if I end up kicking in at the wrong times, but I am actually liking PQ's comp a little more. I know on the other side, it's obviously you like the safety picks and everything. With the Shen, with the Morgana, really allows them to play safe, keep everyone from getting picked off. But with PQ's team, they can really force issues here. And if they wanted to, once Volley hits 6, they can move down Syndra from that mid lane and just go ahead and say, well, we're just going to make sure that we get the Ashe and Nautilus ahead and keep the Jinx from getting to that point of being a monster, which is a really good thing to have, especially since, as I said, it's Nautilus. That's chain layer to CC. You put in a Volley, you put in a Syndra, that can easily shred through the Jinx and Morgana.
Thing on both sides, something to note is that they're both very, pretty standard, I would say, when it comes to lot like team comps. You have a front, you have a back, and you have the middle where you have a little bit more of your mages. You have the front with your tanky front lines. That's the J4, the Shen, the Volibear, and the Set. And Nautilus, he could be in the front line, but I think he's actually going to be around the middle area. He's going to play that warden role. Middle areas where you're going to have a little bit more even mages, someone that can really extend their reaches pretty well. They can honestly be even moved to the back end of the season around in the middle, but both these ADCs actually have pretty good longer range abilities. But in any case, we're going to be seeing more mid, the Nautilus and the Morgana playing a little bit mid, as well as the Victor, who doesn't have that much of a range to himself. Syndra has a little bit better, but those are going to be typically around in the middle. And then for the back, you obviously have the ADCs, and it's going to be trying to free fire as much they can. And looks like they have a little bit of a DC right now. A little bit, or I think something happened in the draft phase, so they're going to be able to remaking
Yeah.
it real quick. So, um,
They ended up picking Zach accidentally instead of, I guess he thought it was gonna be like straight up of the 5 bands.
yeah, you just
So
do bans, 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 bans. All
yeah,
bans immediately,
all
but
bands, no matter what.
not exactly how it works around here, unfortunately. But In any case, we are diving right into the client draft, so we still have quite a bit of time to talk about the team counts. What do you think? Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about lane v lane matchups. What do you think about how the bot lane's going to be looking like, Asami?
Um, well, bot lane's gonna be interesting to say the least. With Morgana's Black Shield, I think if that's the name of it, with that shield, it really lets Jinx be a little more safer. She doesn't have to worry about getting pulled in by the Nautilus hook and being stunned up. So she can play a little more safer than normal. Like say, like if Jinx was paired up with like Yumi or another champion that's a lot more meta than the Morgana currently. But I really do like this pick, and especially because the Syndra, we don't know with her. So Jinx Morgana, I love. Ash Nautilus, I also love. So I can't really choose. I'm a Jinx main, so I'm kind of just on the edge. Like, oh, Jinx is gonna easy win this. She has a lot more stuff that she can provide. She can rocket everywhere, and all it takes is just one quick pick onto the Ash to get this Jinx online. But the same can be said for Ash. I mean, you get the Jinx behind a few CS and maybe 2 kills or so, and it becomes a lot harder for this Jinx to try and get up online. So,
Mm-hmm.
bot wise, I'm really uncertain on who can win it. That one's, I think, is more just skill matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, mid lane, mid lane, I honestly go with PQ. I think Syndra just has a lot more that she can provide, especially with the volley. That's going to be something we need to be looking out for at all costs. If Victor loses that flash early on, the lane is immediately going to be so much tougher because now volley can come back for any kind of roam, and you get CC'd once, CC'd twice, you're dead. There's no way out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that, especially with Victor, who's a pretty immobile champ, and his CC is also like a delayed CC that they need to kind of. It's conditioned that they need to fall for. You need to place that W down in a position where they're like, okay, well, if they walk all the way through it, then they would get stunned up here. So it's a little bit harder for Victor to survive a CC. So I'm inclined to agree with that.
yeah.
With the game.
One thing I'm more surprised about is the fact that they banned away the Silas, but then they didn't go ahead and pick up like the like an Ari or the Twisted Fate. That is what I originally saw was going to be picked on the side of Mingos. Just because a Silas with a Twisted Fate ulti just means that he can just match anything, and he can do it a lot better, in my opinion. He may not have the gold card, but he still has a ton of stuff that he can provide in and out of the lane. So I originally saw Twisted Fate. I like that pick. It allows them to go ahead, kind of roam, get the bot lane ahead, get the top lane ahead, or whatever the case may be. So with that Victor, I was more surprised, and then the Syndra pick really kind of puts Nick Swantek. It'll put him behind in the early stages, just because, as you said, he's immobile. One pick kind of just gives up lane, so he has to play extremely careful. Um, at least until Shen hits 6. Once Shen hits 6, who knows what happens? It'll come up to PQ ganks if he can really get any kind of CC onto Abysmal before the ultimate fully comes out. But again, we don't really know until that. But definitely have to keep an eye on the jungle mid duo.
Mm-hmm. And then moving on from mid, we can let's solo it in a little bit more and just talk about the jungle matchups with J4 versus Volibear. Generally both pretty good, very early game sort of champions. Volibear think has the edge up when we're talking about more extended fights, thanks to his W to rend. Allows him to do a lot of extra damage and a lot of extra healing for himself. He has a CC as well as an E, which provides a lot of damage and shielding for himself. While J4 doesn't have exactly the same amount of tools, he has a good amount of damage thanks to his front-loaded passive. Allows him the first auto attack he does on a new target. Does bonus damage. His Q shreds a little bit of armor. His E allows, and then if he EQs, that makes it so he can flag and drag, gets that knock up, so he does extra damage alongside of shredding that armor, and then W in order to get a little bit of a shield on top of it. But I don't think it's going to perform as adequately as a Volibear if we're talking purely skirmishing power. If we're talking ganking power, I wanna give it to J4. It's a lot easier to provide a J4 gank than it is a Volibear. Volibear needs to position himself a lot more in order to get to certain areas, in order to try to run in and get that CC down, versus J4, which you get in a similar area, but your range in order to execute is a lot bigger, especially when you consider that he could just do EQ flashes. He can do the flag drag flash in order to guarantee some knockups a lot easier. And I really want to give it to J4 for that matchup. And then to round us all off, what do you think about this top? Well, I guess it's going to be harder for the top lane, but what do you think about Shen versus Set top lane?
Well, I can say this much at the very least. If there's no junglers going topside at all, prepare for the ultimate snooze fest top lane, because I promise you, Abysmal's not gonna want to fight a whole bunch, and Kings is not gonna want to really fight a whole bunch either. They're just both just gonna be there until they're needed. So I'm expecting Ganks to at least get 2 ganks from his jungler. The Shen, he should be fine on his own. He can just E away. Very easy for him to get out of there, especially since, he just uses his, I think it's the W, and then he's not targeted or he's not hurt by anything. So, here's what it is for the top lane. I personally would like to see a whole bunch of brawling, but, Grasp of Undying Shen is just going to be snooze fest top lane.
Yeah, but so it looks like most of this action is going to be coming out around towards the mid game, probably when the mid laners really start picking it up with their 1 item power spikes, and then ADCs once they start reaching 2 and 3 items. Looks like Lampost versus DMG. Unfortunately, it looks like it's 2-0 for Lampost there, and hey, no spectator bugs. Let's go ahead. Hold this right up here. We also got someone who just joined our voice call here. Hello.
Quite.
Hello, Talbert.
That was a game.
Quite a game. We can talk a little bit about that afterwards, but let's do since you're already here, we can do a little bit of a tri-cast here for the PQ Mingo series if you want. First, a little bit of an invade. Oh, we're trying to be sneaky, going around the corner, but it's I already spotted them out. Oh, he's trying to dodge a hook. He's dodging a hook. He's going left. He's going right. Dodges left. There he goes.
Ooh. Yeah, that flash was extremely unnecessary. Really, he should have put a ward down and he just backed away straight up. But he did stay. I guess he thought like maybe they were just gonna head over to his blue side or to his red side or something. But instead he stays around. It's forced to flash because Yuham just has incredible resilience of not using that hook until I know I can hit it.
Was an optimistic flash.
Optimistic, true. I mean, if that hook didn't land, because okay, I will say XVII has really good reaction time speeds. He was previously in our Diving Cat game splits. He has pretty good reaction time speeds. Whenever I'm pretty sure he also won our Diamond Cats before as well. So, he really did hold that out until he was certain that hook was going to hit him. And for the most part here, I do want to go ahead and just do introductions. Do you guys want to introduce this red and blue side for us?
On the red side, we have PQ Ganks playing Set, PQ Hajd playing Volibear, PQ Hennyfang playing Sombra. Nope.
Syndra.
Syndra. Purple threw me off. PQ Fox, Ash, PQ Yuham, Nautilus. Exciting combination.
Yes, sir. And on the blue side, we have Abysmal, who's subbing in for TJ Lanier as the Shen top. We got XSI as the Jarvan in the jungle. Nick Swantek is playing the Victor in the mid lane. And Chandler Clark and Gabe Kochki manning the Jinx and Morgana in the bot.
Yeah, we ran through what we think about these team comps as a whole, but for sake of prosperity's sakes, we take away the nameplates. Who do you think has the better comp? well, I guess first Abysmal is just kind of getting smacked down at the moment here, but 1-2 punch by Ganks, but looks like he's having a little bit of a rougher time. His CSing is a little bit down, but yeah, what do you guys...
Uh, Sorry, I just noticed there was a gank mid lane while that was happening. Swantek is already down his flash. So this is dangerous in the mid lane now, like extremely.
Gonna have to be careful of that. But yeah, let's take away the nameplates. What do you think is the better team comp for both sides? What do you guys think? You wanna start us off here, Asami, and then it can go to Talbert what his vote is for better team comp.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to figure out which one I think is better, but like
Which one
I
would
think
you
it'd
want
be
to
better if we
play?
went lane by lane.
Yeah, well, like, what do you... If you were on the team, which one would you want to be on?
Personally, I would love to be on the side of the Mingos. Obviously, with how it's looking so far in this early game, maybe not so much. But you know, I personally am a huge fan of Jinx. I main Jinx in the bot lane, so whenever I see a
Gank
chance,
in the
and
top lane. My Hedge is trying to do something here. Not exactly able to get it. Takes a tower shot on his way out, though.
yeah, and that is very costly. Volibear now without the flash means that you can escape his Q pretty quickly, pretty easily, unlike if he had that flash still up and going. So no flash means they can play a lot more safer.
Yeah.
Or not safer, but a lot more riskier in a sense. And we already see Jarvan is in that boss and he's invading.
Trying to punish a little bit, seeing that Haiti was in the top side earlier, so he's trying to make sure he gets a little bit something in return. Able to get the camp, and is going to be escaping just in time for... Well, I forgot about it. Infernal Drake coming up here.
Yep, and it looks like he's wrapping around looking for a gank in this mid lane. Oh, but they know they immediately ping him.
I'm very partial to this Morgana Jinx bot lane. I think Morgana is an exceptional counter to Nautilus. A great tank killer once she gets her Leandries down.
That's also
I agree.
under the guise that if she does decide to go with Liandry's, I'm pretty sure that's what what you want to do normally. But there's always a chance that you could go with the Lock of the Iron Solari just to provide extra shielding for your team if you really feel like you need the defensive capabilities. But when she gets a Liandry's, it will start melting Yuham, Haiti, Ganks super well.
I'm going to be very disappointed if Nautilus goes Evan Shroud.
No, yeah.
It's just such a bad item.
Yeah, even Shroud is definitely not the call here. I think, really, if anything, he'll probably go the Sunfire.
No, I wouldn't even think
I
Sunfire. I think it's Locket. Yeah, because Sunfire is so...
Locket? You think so?
Because Locket is like...
You need the shield for Ashe, especially with Jinx more.
It's also like 500 to 800 gold cheaper than buying a whole Sunfires. So that's my whole reasoning behind it. Is like it's so expensive if you want to build tank items as a tank support.
Locket just provides a huge amount of resistances to your ADC.
Which, you know, my 2 cents on that scenario. But now, Talbert, if you take away the nameplates and you imagine that you weren't here seeing this game already 7 minutes in, what team comp would you rather play as?
Composition-wise, I'm more partial to the blue side. However, from what I've seen so far, I do believe that red has a better chance at winning.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Set is better than Shin. Not player-wise, but just into each other. I believe Set wins the matchup. Syndra does everything Victor does, but a little bit better. Volibear's a supremely better jungler than Jarvan.
Ooh, good flash from Gangs. He managed to get a full haymaker off and get down Abysmal. Managed to take down First Blood too. That was 7.5 minutes there, getting First Blood, and well, paid off pretty well.
Pure damage. It does pure damage if you're within half the lane. It's funny.
True damage. We're not in Dota.
Oh,
Oh.
Die.
Alright,
Well-
XSI looking to make something happen in the top lane here. Gets the flag, gets the drag, he doesn't get the knockup, but it doesn't matter. I don't think Gain's getting out here with Abysmal picking up that kill and trying to get his top laner back a little ahead. But at the meantime, we're seeing in the bot lane, the Inferno Drake already started up here and taken down by PQ. They don't want to waste any time. They know what they want, and it is trying to get something on the other side of the map, knowing that XSI is up there.
Yeah, a little bit of a punishment since, Ganks did overstay a little bit. Having no clue on where XSI was definitely showed to be hurtful, but good job by PQ to immediately respond by getting an objective. Really helps even out that one.
Very greedy to stay that far ahead with no vision in the river.
Mhm.
See, Swan Tech. Oh no, he's going to burn his flash, but it's a good flash to burn nonetheless. That was a chain CC coming up here from Haiti and anything. So, gonna burn that, is gonna get a little punished by Abysmal. Now trying to duke it out a little bit more against Ganks. Getting evened up a little bit on that trade. Unfortunate, but something you have to respect. I mean, there is solid CS lead in favor for Ganks at the moment here, while Nick Swantek is wondering why is the support over here in the jungle and anything not anywhere closer in order to try to make anything happen. It's a sigh. Also in the area. Can we get a collapse down? No, I don't think we're really going to be looking for that.
Looks like they'll just walk away. Nothing to see here. Yuham just trying his best to leave.
Yeah,
That was
good
weird.
hook.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, good hook in order to try to get away from the traps. It was really well placed traps by Chandler Clark as well. The bind does not connect, so Yuham is able to get out of there pretty safely. And now we're in a little bit of a lull. Next Drake is going to be that Heads Text Drake, so we have 3 casters here. So let's take a let's play a little game and guess
Cloud!
what Cloud. All right, so he's going with Cloud. All right, so that leaves Ocean and Mountain Drake. Which one do you want?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Mountain Drake. I don't think it will be, but I don't know. I just have a feeling like Mountain Drake is gonna be the last one here.
Okay, okay. Then I'll go with Ocean. I mean, in the case of Ocean Drake, if anyone doesn't know, if you get Ocean Drake, each one of them increases your out-of-combat healing, and then the soul itself makes it so you get, every time you do damage, you get extra healing. Ganks and Abysmal displaying what happens when you do a bunch of damage. You hit each other. But if you have the Ocean Soul, that means that you will be able to heal a little bit based on your AD, AP, and bonus health. Abysmal now getting the rough side of things with a set, using the Showstopper right into the Haymaker, taking down Abysmal, and very unfortunate that he's going to be going down there. Already burning the Flash as well, too, so this top lane not looking great, but it's okay. We're playing weak side. Nick Swantek, unfortunately, you're falling for the same trick, then gets layered CC, almost triple layered CC with that Ash arrow, but he managed to move forward instead of backwards, so he wasn't able to get hit by that. And then Slappy's asking, where's TJ? Just to let... For those that don't know, TJ currently in a storm right now, so his power is out. SSI is looking, trying to make something in the top lane here. It's a 2v2 situation, but I don't know if they're going to be able to win this fight. Abysmal's doing quite a bit of damage to Haiti and Ganks, but they know that anything is missing from the mid lane, so they are going to be backing off there. Abysmal back under his tower, SSI still unable to really make something happen. Fortunate. But he does have the Rift Herald. He's still looking to see if he can influence a lane strong enough to make that Rift Herald play.
We have a very large CS difference in these ADCs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
really...
noticed that too.
Yeah, making up the difference for the top lane. Speaking of top lane, we do see another gank from SSI. He's making a repeat over in the top on ganks. And looks like SSI will be able to get that kill and getting the Rift Herald down. So I don't imagine this is going to be a full tower, but it's going to be pretty damn close. Nick Swantek now once again getting yanked in the mid lane. He's not feeling great about it. He gets stunned up by the Scattered Weak and hits by Unleashed Power. He's trying to see if maybe he can get a return kill, but Hades going to just in case, pop the stopwatch and make sure he doesn't fall down there. Herald drop top lane. That is going to be a solid 2 kills worth of gold dropping down for the top lane. So just overall, I'd say pretty good plays around the map. Both for both teams. Good top lane for Mingos and then good around mid for PQ.
Yeah, I
think-
really like what the response was, and sorry.
There you
I really liked what the response was with get the kill onto ganks. We're gonna leave Swantek be. He got ganked once again. Just the punishment of having no flash on the immobile Victor with the volley with the Syndra, which was the main concern going into this game for me. But I really do like the response. Give a whole bunch of plating to XSI to Abysmal, and really just let them slowly get to a point where they're just tankier. So I do like that.
And
That was
Tallbird strikes once again as being the prophet of our casters, predicting that it's Cloud Drake.
I've looked at the stats for it, and Cloud Drake shows up about 40% of the time as the soul.
Really,
Yeah, it's retarded. It's
that is
absolutely...
insane.
Pretty
Yeah.
pretty
Cloud
interesting.
Drake is overwhelmingly more likely to be the soul than any others.
Well, in any case, we will see how this Cloud Drake will affect. It's not necessarily a bad Drake. Nick
It's an
Swan.
awful Drake.
Okay, we're going to get some use out of it in any case. We're going to get use. Gabe
Absolutely
Kochki,
the worst.
Nick
It's
Swantek,
literally the
Abysmal
worst Drake.
is gonna all.
Undeniably.
I mean, it's better than no buff. All right, that's what I'm going to argue. It's better than
Barely.
nothing because Gabe Kochki's going to like it, so then he can chase people down with his ulti. Nick Swantek's going to like it because of the extra movement speed is always appreciated on Victor. And then Abysmal using that after he gets out of his Stand United to get that burst of movement speed in order to hit his net stun. Not too bad.
For those who are unaware as to what Cloud Drake does, Cloud Drake's little area of effect makes you move about 10% faster. Yay! And each Cloud Drake makes you move 3.5% faster out of combat, as well as 3.5% slow tenacity. So it's good against Ashe. And we've exhausted the Ashe and singed with Ariles.
Nautilus with
That's
E.
everyone that's good against
Nautilus E a little bit,
a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And then Cloud Drake ult's actually Cloud Drake Soul's actually kind of good, 10% move speed, period. And then an additional 50% for a grand total of 60% move speed once you've cast your ult. My personal favorite is whenever you're playing Jhin and you get Cloud Soul, because then absolutely nothing happens.
And then to answer Lampshade, I know you're a part of Lamp, so this is our plat capped. This is a match between the Wulfpack Mingos versus PQ. And then I think I started answering, but I didn't exactly answer. Slappy. TJ is currently in a storm. He's not having a great time. His power cut off, so they are bringing in emergency sub Abysmal in the top lane, who is trying to hold his own against Ganks, but Ganks is just pulling ahead. Look at that. He already has a Bladed Ruin King.
He's full
Yeah.
build.
Oh, no.
I mean,
That's an Irelia.
I don't know who wins between Irelia and Set, actually.
I'll still put my money on Irelia because I hate that champion.
Yeah, I got Irelia. There is one thing I want to say, as there's a massive gap in the top lane, CS wise, and a giant gap in the bot lane as well with the CS. I mean, obviously it never feels nice to be down almost 20 CS to the Jinx, and on the top side, I mean, Shen's expected to not be doing too hot on the CS department, but like, I didn't expect it to almost be 40 CS down.
Yeah.
The biggest issue is Shin's feeling the no resource cost.
Oh no, Chancellor going to have to burn his flash there. Did get stunned up, but uses the cleanse in order to get out. Gabe Kochki, unfortunately, it looks like you have been fed to the crowd, but it looks like Etzasai playing the hero. Jumping in, using the Cataclysm. Nick Swantek follows up, you dropping down. His Chaos Storm does quite a bit of damage, and that's 2 kills. Can we get the third one on the U-Ham? They're chasing him down. Nick Swantek really wants to try to get this kill here, but I don't think he's going to get... He's diving so far under... He's going to get executed. He's executed.
Yeah, he's a little mad that he got camped by Haj there. Just like, leave me alone. I'm just gonna get this kill now, but he just couldn't get it. So that's unfortunate. But man, that was a great turnaround there.
I'm always a big fan of when anyone tries to kill Nautilus. It's just a bad idea. It's just not gonna happen.
Hey.
I mean, I don't know about that one. I mean, Nautilus has succeeded in a lot of places. It's just maybe not a Maybe not this game. Maybe this game's just not the resurgence game for the poor. Not.
Nick really just wanted to get a kill, man. He just wants to be on the board. But it's okay. He'll find his moment. He's playing a scaling champion. He just needs to get there. SSI, good escape away from Ganks and Haiti. Geikachi now able to hit his binding, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to be stunning them into a grand slam by Ganks, bringing a double kill for his team as this Drake spawns up. Bismal does commit the TP, but it's a little too late in order to try to make anything happen here. Bot lane's already gone. You're not going to be able to do anything. And yeah, it's just looking a little unfortunate for you guys.
A cheeky herald. You can now choose your tower or a Cloud Drake.
Oh, such a hard decision in a tower. This is putting them on soul point, to be fair. So but I don't think you could really realistically try to contest that safely at all. You had to trade a body for it in order to delay a Cloud Drake. And if anything, honestly, if they get the Cloud Soul, that just means that you have Elder Drake on the table now. Yeah, now you have Elder Drake on the table to fight for.
It's tactical.
Yeah.
They'll just get in the clouds.
Get rid of the Cloud Drake as fast as possible so we can actually get a dragon that's useful, please.
Right.
Or flip side, some quick a little coaching that they got from their newest member, PQ Etstium. You know, a little something they made note of, taking 3 drakes and then not taking the next one forever. So that means it puts Mingos they have to take the Cloud Drakes, and it delays the actual useful Elder Dragon, which is a definite win condition well, not win condition, but it's a way to turn the tables. And if you don't want to turn the tables, you could just take 3 drakes and then not touch them ever again.
I can see how that would be a great play if you're tied up like these teams are.
Yeah, I mean, Mingos, if they're looking for their way back into this, actually they're actually pretty even on gold thanks to CS, but if they're looking for a way back into this game, Elder Drake is a good way to do it. And if you just don't take the Elder, or you don't take the Soul, then they have to wait, 5 minutes per dragon? They have to wait 20 more minutes at the minimum.
Yeah.
So it's a solid strat.
Yeah, it's a really solid strat, and as much as I hope that is the case, a lot of things have to go Domingo's ways currently. I mean, I'm not going to say like, you know, they have to play better or whatever, but Chandler Clark was picked off 2 times in a row. One, he had to flash, he had to cleanse, and the Morgana there to help him out.
But side is looking for a pick onto Yuhan here. He does burn the Cataclysm, but it's okay. He managed to get the kill. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have seen that kill over on Chandler Clark, but hey, money's money. And right now, XVII is probably their strongest mid-game power spike at the moment, since Ninswantek isn't exactly at the point where he really needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, better than being on the Morgana. I think XSI having it over Gabe is just fine, but this gives them some priority. They can start sweeping out some wards and just get some stuff over there so that they're actually, you know, kind of there for a contest when the dragon does come up again, which is why we see so many control wards and everything. And
we're looking at a dive. Here we go. Fox, unfortunate, you cannot play the game. That's a side. Great dodge. But unfortunately, that is going to be the death charge that might catch you out here. You do have a shutdown bounty on your head. Ooh, flag drag, but still down. And that is going to be quite unfortunate to see. You are the strongest member, I would say, for this mid-game for the Mingos. But it's alright. It's alright. There's a lot of ways you can still get to it. We still have the gold lead. Yuham's looking for the engage. Does get the flash. Auto attack on the Chandler Clark to enforce that route. Chandler Clark's going to have to be trying to kite his way through all of this. Abysmal is trying to play a little to protect the ADC as well. Managed to get a little aggro off of him. Next Swantek now bloodthirsty. He wants his first kill of the game. He's still looking for it. Unable to find it at the moment. We're all just recalling. And there it is. We're just going to leave it at that. It was good. It was a 1-for-1 trade. Jungler for jungler. We're good.
I don't think those were equivalent trades.
yeah,
Jungler for jungler. No, just cut it off there. We don't need to talk about it. Jungler for jungler. You know, we look.
Chandler
If you close your
Clark-
eyes, it's even.
Chandler Clark had a great had some great movement to really stop himself from getting killed by Hodge. Because he was on the brink of death for part of that because Hodge was all over him. But Gabe did what he could to keep him safe. Clark used everything possible to get away from him.
Another cataclysm onto Yuham. Unfortunate. You gotta be careful. Could I interest you in an idea called the Warding Buddy? It's not going to help you. It really just gives a double kill. But I like pointing out the Warding Buddy idea every time support gets caught out. Yeah. It doesn't work in this case because XSI could honestly just knock you both up and put you in a cataclysm, and then it's a double kill instead. But you gotta be careful when you're going into your jungle because your lost out towers, you don't have as much space. And Chandler Clark, well, nice snipe. Good snipe.
I don't really like the Imperial Mandate for the Morgue.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't think
I see where it's coming from.
Honestly, I'm not noticing it, so therefore I'm not going to really comment on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, right? You'd be noticing if she went Leandries.
Yeah. But it's also more expensive if you go Leandries, to be fair.
Ah! You're a Morgana. You're gonna hit someone with the Q and do 700 damage, who cares?
Gotta save money, yeah, I honestly just thought that it was just like normal damage. Still hadn't built the Liandry's fully quite yet. No, it turned out that she settled for the mandate, which kind of hurts to see. But I mean, hey, you know,
Get some move
it's
speed.
still bonus damage in the end. Whenever you hit a Q, it'll be bonus damage. You land an ulti, it's bonus damage on all of them. But that's pretty much all your procs.
I don't know if 200 bonus damage is equivalent to Leandry's.
No, but it's also cheaper, so you get it earlier in the game, for the mid-game at least. Oh, okay, we're seeing trying to gank ganks in the top lane, but we're trying to, I'm not sure who's collapsing on who, but I think it's the Mingos that's winning. They already got 3 kills down, so I'm gonna put my money on them.
Yep, and really, it was a great little bind there by Gabe, and then Chandler Clark to really, I think Gabe hit a binding onto Hennessy, but great job there to really lock down the Syndra, got the shutdown onto the Jinx, which is the absolute last person you want to shut down to go onto currently.
And with that being said, they're trying to go in, trying to steal that Baron, but ooh, Eddie, you're not in the right spot of the wall in order to try to use your ulti and jump over it. So unfortunately, you are going to be going down to Nick Swantek there, and a full team Baron buff transferred over to the Wulfpack Mingos. Looks like now we're seeing a solid 6k gold lead for themselves, and it's quite the match.
Nick did it.
Nick did it. He got it. He's on the board.
He got the kill.
I can no longer make the Owen joke.
Aw.
The 0-3 joke. Aww. But it's okay. I'll find another time to say it.
How about Nautilus?
I mean, I can talk about PQ Fox, but he's not doing too bad. He's only 0-2.
PQ Uham's 0-3.
Yeah. But he's you know, he's support.
He's no karma.
He got caught out 2 times. Hey, look on the bright side. It's no karma. We saw what happened when there's a karma. If there's karma and Talbert on the cast, it's a unfortunate sight for the team because for some reason it's cursed. Yeah, I mean you can win. We did see 1 time out of the 4, 4 or 5. But hey, well, not enough about all of that. So we're seeing a 7k gold lead. Let's go ahead and look at some of these champions where the gold lead lies.
It's a Jinx and Ash.
Jinx.
And Exasai.
Oh, Jarvan and Volley.
There we go. So you got a solid 3k plus another 4, and then I think the middle, and then there's
that's the whole.
And that's the whole gold lead, and then the difference is made up in the support and mid laner. So
you have about to die again.
No, what do you mean? He has slash this time. He's good.
He's got his W. He's involved.
What do you think about the items, or what do you think the items that should be built by both teams?
Okay, so...
Well, at the moment here, Ganks is getting Ganks once again. He's really feeling the pain of Etasai just coming up wherever he is and looking for Ganks. But then, yeah, Kimos. What do you guys think is something they should be prioritizing at the moment here?
We see something important, which is Set should never go Stridebreaker.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotten nerfed in recent times, so
Not
I
even
don't.
that, Set literally has Stridebreaker's active ability in his queue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
extra movement
I
speed,
agree.
yeah. But
Like, honestly, it should be
Uh,
Gore Drinker. Like,
It should
more
always be.
survivability. Like,
uh,
I feel like that's kind of hurting him a little bit. I mean, there's no survivability on ganks other than like, I use my W and that's about it.
and I punch
Be
you with
like
Blade
that.
and Kingdom.
A one-thump chump, if you will.
Yeah, but
Look, some guys can't last more than one. Okay.
yeah, come on,
Don't
he
be
said
calling set out.
he got 2 punches. He got 2 hands. He's throwing 2 punches at
Well, you
least.
got a really supporty Morgana, which I'm not a fan of myself, but I also build AP Blitzcrank, so I'm not really interested in supporting my ADC. I am the cat.
I like the supporting Morgana. Okay, it's supporting Channel Clark, who's at a solid lead right now. At side going in deep, using the stopwatch to make sure he doesn't die immediately. Gain's trying to get some damage off with the Haymaker, but another great 2-man knockup by Etsasai. I'm running out of air, but Gate Kochki's running out of HP bar. He still managed to stay alive. Fox is looking to try to do a little bit more damage, but he just really can't get in there. And in order to do anything.
PQ is learning what happens whenever Jinx gets a takedown early on in a team fight. You lose. That's what happens.
No, I mean, also if there's a Jinx that's 8-1, so that's also pretty clear, right?
It was the triple kill for Chandler Clark in that fight too. So now it's just the Jinx slowly getting more and more terrifying, as if she wasn't already the most terrifying thing on this damn map. Mine is Exercise, who can just, get these incredible flag and drags. Like,
Would have been
2
easy
flag and
fix
drags
if he
there
had
without
Renata.
him. Yeah, like, those 2 flag and drags without him getting those, I feel like this fight can kind of be turned around, because those flags were very crucial.
Yeah.
We have
Go ahead.
just bad itemization, honestly,
Uh-huh.
on PQ side.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that.
Executioner's calling for Etsasai's Death Stance healing is an interesting one.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Wow, Etsasai's really quick with it, using the Cataclysm to stop the hook and really making sure that Yuham cannot ward. He cannot ward. Oh, my goodness.
Exercise has turned into Recticide right now, because he's wrecking anyone that he sees in this damn map. There's no reason to be anywhere near him. And that's
Morgana.
Okay.
Morgana, red buff, let's go.
Let's go.
Someone said this is looking really good. This is not looking really good for the set of PQ. This is looking
If you're a PQ fan,
treacherous.
you're not loving this game at the moment. I mean, just Thoughts at the moment. I feel like Thoughts just can't get in. I don't know why. Oh, okay. No Flame. I haven't seen Gale Force on Ashe. I'm really interested about the tech.
No.
I just haven't seen it perform right now, as opposed to like going.
It's bad.
Yeah, I feel
pretty
like
bad.
maybe Kraken Slayer for extra damage, or maybe you would-
Objectively, Gale Force on Ashe is about as good a decision as Stridebreaker on set. Everything it offers is already built into your kit.
Well, here I can even give you a even better one. It's like building Trinity Force onto Morgana. It makes no damn sense, and it just should not happen. And well,
Huh. Well,
You can rationalize
I
it. a
can
little bit.
rationalize. I can't
It's just
rationalize Triforce Morgana.
objectively worse than
I
the
can't-
other
would you
option.
Yeah.
would you want it on your team though?
Huh?
I
No,
wouldn't.
Dude,
I mean I wouldn't mind it.
Dude, I'll
but
jump into an
it's
A-Rare
not
match
good.
with you right now and pick Ashe.
Right now.
Right
here,
now,
right now.
we find next time I get an Ashe, I'll build Gale Force and then I'll just
You
slow
wanna
him
go,
from a
gentlemen?
distance.
I'll
Alright,
throw
you
an
build Gale
Imperial
Force,
Mandate on Ashe.
I'll go ahead and go Morgana with Trinity. We'll see how that goes.
Okay,
I'll go Imperial Mandate Ashe. I don't even care.
okay, fine. You can
Another
have
solo kill,
fine.
and
You
that's
can have
another
it.
kill,
You can
and
actually
that-
have fun,
that could
but
be
you
game.
know, enough about our ramblings about this.
What do you mean that could be game? It's 20-7.
27 with a 13k gold lead. It's looking pretty good, especially because we have Channel Clark on the Jinx. That's the late game. You
The game
you
hasn't
made it.
ended by the grace of Jarvan and Jinx alone.
Yeah, if you
And not only that, but Swansec has now gotten his items. He's up. If my Morg builds Triforce, they know more than me.
you know what, to be fair, I wouldn't question it because I would be scared.
Yeah.
about like
Yeah, I would
what
be
is the
very
potential?
terrified.
Yeah, what is the potential that could come out of this?
I do want to say one thing. Like, since we're getting to the ending stages of it, they might not end quite yet, but like, remember what I said earlier? They were hovering Ezreal for a very long time, and then they switched to Ashe and decided to lock her in. My main question about that is, why?
Hmm.
Well, because
I
clearly we wanted to go Gale Force Bork Executioner's Calling.
Nope. Okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe that's why. Maybe they can get. Nope, never mind. Instead.
That is
No,
what
I
we
don't
thought
think
it
he. Yeah, I really just don't think that Ashe has damage to support it. Now, Ganks and Haiti, on the other hand, looks like they are able to take down Nick Swantek at the very least. So looking for another one. Heart goes legendary. Q uses the outplay button, gets outplayed himself. Now at the side, just honestly a rampage. Here comes the ulti from the Abysmal, so you can get not a taunt. He's just going to do a little extra damage. He still has the taunt. Here comes the taunt with a flash. Goes down on Haiti. He tries to go and support, but it looks like that is going to be it. And I guess the minions are still, like, oh, no, yeah. The April Fool's thing, by the way, whenever there's an Ace all the minions emote,
Yes.
and this is not a ranked game, so it's gonna happen. But yeah, it looks like that is gonna be game one going over for the Mingos. Congratulations, you guys. Go
That
ahead.
was a very close early to mid stage kind of game, and then it looked like all right, PQ had everything under control, and instantly Mingos hit us with the no reverse card. We're gonna start landsliding you now.
Is that
Mingos elected to win.
I can't tell if that's GSM. Like, okay, previously we call him Levi, but is that and then he just changed his name to Levy? I don't know if that's actually him, but
Uh,
in any
that
case,
might be him. Yeah.
I would think it would be funny, but if it's not, don't worry about it. I do want to say, we'll be right back with our next game here. I'm going to run a quick like minute ad so then you guys don't get hit with pre-rolls if you're jumping right back into things. So, we'll be right back. And we are back with game 2 of our series. Best of 3 between the Wulfpack Mingos versus PQ. Game 1, we saw a pretty, actually, honestly, close game until we started reaching around the mid to late game, where SSI was just a monster, transferred his lead over to Chandler Clark, who was then just a monster as the Jinx. And PQ just honestly could not keep up. Fox was a little bit too far behind. And Haiti, he was trying his best. He managed to get a couple gains around the map, but he just couldn't keep up with how much SSI was doing around the map here. And now we're just jumping straight into the draft phase.
Okay, we've got 2 top lane bands and 2 sub bands.
Yep. So
If you haven't seen Rengar in the top lane, he can 2-shot towers. It's pretty disgusting.
they are nerfing that next patch. They're changing
Yeah, I'd
it.
hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
You blink and Rengar deletes your base for the audacity of trying to take vision off of him.
Yeah, you get flashbacks of old Rengar, how if you're playing an ADC and there's a Rengar in an enemy team, you get jump scared because he kills you in 0.5 seconds. Or if he was
Now it's
slow.
your base instead.
0.5 seconds if he was slow. Now he can do that to towers, but they're nerfing that for next patch, so don't worry. And then to finish out our bans, we're going to be banning away Jinx, no surprise, and then Silas.
Ban Silas.
I mean, who knows? Maybe anything just plays a real mean Silas, and they don't want that.
Silas is a really good character, just nobody plays him.
Yeah. I feel like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you go against a good Silas, it's pretty terrifying how well he can use your ult better than you.
I'm interested in this pick. Akshan. That's a
Prime Bollywood himself.
pretty nice pick.
I mean, he does a lot of
Who's
damage.
who's the one guy that plays Akshan a whole bunch no matter what? Is it? I think it's like Dratut or something like that.
No
He's
clue.
like, yeah, he's like some kind of Akshan main, and he just loves Akshan for some reason, just so much. But
Do you not?
the Ziggs.
Ziggs also going to be locked in. Probably bot lane. I know Talbert hates Ziggs bot lane.
No.
Well, I'm going to say it's Ziggs bot lane.
Ziggs bot lane, make it happen.
And then for whoever suggests that in chat, you know what? Here, I'll do a little prediction for you guys. You guys can.
It's so ineffectual.
Oh, it is the Ziggs bot lane. We got Corky locked in immediately after. Mortal Quad, let's get it.
That's the same composition that we've seen before. Ziggs and
Look.
Corky. And I'm pretty sure they won.
I'm not
Yes.
going to complain about the Ziggs and Corky. However,
Corky is really
they let
good. in-
Corky on this damn map. Corky is such a menace. So is
Corky's
Wally,
a-
but Corky.
Corky's really good. Ziggs in the bot lane is not really good.
But
He's okay.
But Talbert, you need to have the Ziggs in the bot lane. How else are you going to get the Yordle buff for your TFT? You know?
You can get tower gold pretty easily.
Yeah.
So that's fun, I guess. And Ziggs has a bunch of damage with his passive. He's just annoying. I hate APCs.
Hey, but you have to respect what they do
I know.
is really well. Okay, well, you know what? You have to.
Okay,
You
wow.
have. Well, I honestly I don't know what to say other than I am
right.
going to respect that they do their job pretty well, which is
I like that I need
The
a pamphlet to
mid-game pretty
understand
well.
Action's abilities.
Ooh.
Yes, Blitzcrank! If I don't see a Ludens Echo, I'm gonna be really sad.
it's not going to be a
No,
Ludens. You're going to be
Definitely
so
not gonna be
sad.
Ludens.
All
You're
right,
gonna be
you
very
better
disappointed.
start getting your tissues out, start sniffling.
No, please.
You're going to start.
Start writing your
Oh.
writing the
Hypershot,
quit longer.
Ludens Hypershot Cosmic Drive Stork Boost. Let's go.
Please, no.
I don't know why. Blitz's Q is 120% AP.
All right,
Yeah,
and then
One
Sik-
point-
Q is gross.
and
so.
you know, Siki, sometimes you gotta acknowledge the people in the world that likes not building support items on supports. There's nothing wrong with them building support items. Talbot
Look,
just
I'm not gonna
prefers
say
them
this.
not to, you know, just
Well, why would you choose to support when you could just be a pocket carry?
when you can kill him yourself, I guess. But
Blitzcrank, if you build AP, especially in this particular matchup, Blitzcrank can one-on-one Ezreal every single time. Blitzcrank will
okay.
hit Q and he will hit R and Ezreal will die.
But
And
Ezreal
Ezreal
just
can
hit.
do
But
nothing
Ezreal
about
just
it.
hits E, and then he doesn't get hit by the R. So
Yeah, the
so,
arcane shift.
like honestly,
Except for the minor issue with that is that Blitz's ult has about an 8-second cooldown.
yeah. But if Ezreal just E's away from the Q, then he just doesn't get
Oh.
hit by the ulti. So then you might as well just get hit by the next Q. Anyway, we've been along
Ruby.
this ramble, but we should probably talk about the game a little bit more. Yone,
Yone
J4, and then wow, they really banned away 3 champions that was in the previous game, Shen and the Morgana. Banning away the Shen because they're probably going to they're probably thinking that since it is going to be a little bit of a weaker
No.
side top laner,
No.
he's okay. He's
Jung, wait, what?
Hey,
Poly top, Karthus Jung?
so fun fact. They're
What
actually
is
buffing
happening?
Karthus jungle next patch from doing 85% damage with his Q to 95% damage with his Q. But unfortunately, that's next patch, not this patch. So we'll
Karthus
have to
mid, in this particular instance, is a bad idea.
But we do have an Akshan to go mid, so this is probably Karthus jungle with a Thresh as the support. We're rounding out our comp right
This is
here.
Volibear top.
This is a Volibear
it's
top. Hey,
a lot different than the
let's-
previous game.
okay,
This is for sure.
let's say that let's
I'd
say
like to know-
Abysmal. Maybe he. Okay, I'll be honest. I wasn't too impressed about his Shen performance last game. Maybe he's going to pop off a little bit more on the volley or play a little bit more aggressively. It's against a Camille, so I'm not most hopeful because I'm pretty sure Camille will, smacks Volibear pretty well because she does short trades and doesn't like long trades. But anyone else want to chime in here or?
Yeah,
I'm really excited for Karthus to hit R, and then for not really anything of note to happen until he hits about level 13, and then fun stuff starts to happen.
so I am very curious. So I will be the first to say I originally thought that it was going to be the auction top. I will not lie. I am a fool.
You
so
are a
you can call me out on that.
Or
But,
boom, wham! It is Akshan top, Volibear mid, still Karthus jungle because he hates us. But
Akshan top,
Oh.
Volibear mid, Karthus APC actually, it's Ezreal jungle. Support.
remember when Ezreal jungle was a thing for a singular patch? We're bringing it back.
we going back to the good old days, boys.
Was it good? Was it good?
To the
It,
days.
it was
To
good
the-
for someone.
to the
It was good for
days.
someone. In
We're
the
going
world.
back somewhere.
So I do want to talk about something though. Poppy and the Karthus. That is I really don't know what to say about that. Like
You know
Karthus
what?
and Poppy going against one another is
Karthus
Something I
has
have
a
never
win
seen.
rate in the jungle of about 43%.
Okay, yeah, and then Suki corrected me. It lasted about 5 patches. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like it was super short, but I also didn't play League around that time, so that's probably why. It's jungle. But alright. For the benefit of Mingos, even though Karthus wasn't buffed yet, SSI is also piloting it, and he did have some pretty good movement, so maybe he just does the damage. Maybe he just does infinitely amounts of damage.
The problem that I always see is that Karthus jungle players, for the most part, don't really understand how to jungle with Karthus. That's why he has such a low percent win rate. It's not because it's a bad concept. It's a really good especially his ganks. His wall is ridiculous, and then his damage output's insane. You can win pretty much any level 2 trade with Karthus if you're good at it.
I'll believe in SSI. I'm okay with my prediction. I'll believe in SSI with the Karthus. He's going to make me eat those words, but I'll believe in him.
I'm a big fan of it, but I also only pretty much play Karthus and Amumu and Shaco in the jungle. That's pretty much my only junglers.
All right. So
disgusting.
we've
I
talked
am a horrible
to
person.
death about Mingo's comp. Let's actually
That's because there's
switch
nothing
it back
funny
over.
about PQ's comp.
What do you mean? They have a
Ziggs in the bot
Ziggs. They
lane.
have a Ziggs in the bot lane. That's
They have
all I.
don't care.
Ziggs. Look,
Yeah.
they have your Blitzcrank.
They have Yordle
Come
buff. They got
on.
3 Yordles. They're gonna.
Cut.
Come on.
They got 3 Yordles. They got
They
Yordle
got 3
buff.
Yordles, a Jilf, and a robot.
Isn't
You're
the Jilf
not-
also a robot?
Is that technic? I mean,
Cyborg. Doesn't really care.
cyborg guys more.
I thought it was
like-
an android that's, it's a robot that looks like
No.
a person, not a person
No,
that
it's
looks
not.
she's not.
It's
She's-
not the android sent by CyberLife. No.
She's not an android that looks like a person. She's just a chick who decided to get augmented.
Okay, because I know there's a lady
You're
in
right in your
Arcane. There's a
definition
lady
of
on
an
Arcane
android.
that's a councilwoman. Her name is also Camille. Not sure if that's relating, but
Doubtful.
hey,
Hmm.
season 2, maybe 2023. They confirmed not for 2022, but they didn't say anything about 2023.
I still can't wait to see Renata Glask in Andrew
And Zeri.
in Arcane.
Don't forget Zeri.
Dude,
There's,
Renata
care
and
about
there's,
Zeri.
there's another
Hello?
champion that they also leaked that looks like it's going to be another Ken Baron. I think it was like
I thought the next champion was
Remora?
planned to be a Void Monster.
I thought it was Remora and then a Void Monster. I thought it was one more and then a Void Monster.
What I do know is that if I don't see a Ludens followed by Sword Boots followed by a Hyper Shot, I'm gonna be really sad for the Blitzcrank.
Oh man, you might as well
You're
start,
about to be extremely disappointed.
might as well
I'll
start
tell you
crying.
what. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you.
Nothing will beat Lee Sin Lee Sin support.
Hey, Suki got the right
I
idea.
agree with you, Suki. I agree with you on
Give me
that.
more
We
Shuri.
want Shurima.
You know what I also want? I want more Zeref skins. Please, right? Let me tell you, with this new Mythic system, I would also like a nice, a lovely skin for Zeref that was Mythic. I have 150 Mythic Essence because I had 15 Gemstones. Yes, I was saving it all for the chance that a Hextech Zeref to come out, but now you switch systems. I still have a lot of essence though, so I'll take it. But yes, give me another Shuriman. I do like the Shuriman lore. I would like to see more of that. But
They fully exhausted it. There are only 4 Shurimans.
well, no, there's more. Talia's is a descendant of a Shuriman.
Nah, she's
Sivir
just vibing in the jungle.
Sivir's
Sivir.
also the one.
Sivir's the main
Vizier.
Cassiopeia became a snake because of Shurima.
Yeah.
Let's see
But
what
I'm
else.
just saying,
Rammus
okay?
is Shuriman.
I want more Azir. Like, I just want straight up more Azir. I love the stupid bird champ that is Azir, okay? I want more of him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Disagree.
But I don't know where else could you go with that.
Silence kinda hurt.
In his lore, I don't know where we could really go for that. Yeah, the Emperor has returned, and we have his descendant. What are we going to get now? I get like what would be next in line? Because isn't Sivir like an orphan? I thought I read that somewhere that she's an orphan, so
I
then we
think-
can't even bring back her parents into League of Legends. It's like surprise.
Wow, look at that. Another person who lost her parents. You know who else lost her parents? Annie, and she's not bitching.
I don't even know. Wait.
I feel like it's different when it's your fault.
What is yeah? To be fair, it was her
to be
fault.
fair, Annie did kind of just set the whole world of
Annie got
shit
slightly
there, so-
upset and just
She-
murked
she-
her entire family.
She got a bear and just
What
yelled
the
out,
bear? What do you mean
"Timbers!"
slightly upset?
Annie was moderately inconvenienced and just annihilated a nuclear
Her shoe
bomb.
was untied and then she just dropped Timbers.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of on Thorbert's side now after seeing the skins. Oh God, I despise this.
What do you mean? You don't love these skins?
No, it's not AP Blitzcrank. Damn it.
Ah! I mean,
Jump
I'm
on
so
you.
sorry for
Oh,
your
yeah.
loss.
Oh, it would have been so funny.
Alright, and
Observe
let
as
me
Blitzcrank
switch
just
this
killed
up.
Ezreal for funsies.
Sponsored
Oh,
by
that's
Azir.
Ezreal.
Correct.
Before we start, I'd like it noted that's Ezreal with a Conqueror.
Yeah.
Conquer,
And
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
That's Karthus with a first strike. I hate both of those keystones.
I love both of these ideas. I
They
love
are incredible
first-
ideas.
First strike, you just hit R button, you make a million money. I didn't disable chat, so now you can just hear comment hooks OP, OP, OP.
I always went to electrocute with AP Blitz, but hey, to each their own.
Yeah, hey, I mean, have you tried arcing comment? Wait,
I have
Oh,
hey, yo.
electrocute is better.
Well,
hey
Wow.
yo, hey yo, hey yo,
Hey yo, he
Hey,
got
yo.
him. He got him.
hey yo.
Hey,
He going. All right,
There's a
that's enough of
styling and
that.
profiling.
Michael Jackson is Akshan.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe they added a Michael Jackson reference in this game.
Oh Jesus!
But yeah, all right.
What a flash!
Hey, I mean, respect. You saw the Blitzcrank flash at you, and you're like, okay,
That's a Hex Tech flash blitz.
yes.
I love it.
I mean, all right. This is where we're going to Gabe. Actually, Gabe probably doesn't actually have Headstick Flash because he didn't switch his runes. So, I'm not even going to check it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Gabe didn't take it either.
It's okay. Arcane Comet Thresh. You're going to watch it first time in the world. I don't know how it's going to work, but boy, will it be here.
I mean, it's something.
Hey, he
That's the
uses
most
E. It's a
thing.
guaranteed hit. He hits him with an E. It's a
True.
guaranteed hit. Should be right.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Theoretically, yeah.
I like the
feel like I'm
I like the
too
trading of the shields going on in the top lane.
Yeah, very solid. Since we have some downtime, how will we reintroduce these teams? Just in case for everyone who's rejoining us here, you want to go ahead and take the blue side. Oh, we got a hook. Never mind. Gabe Kochki, Arcane Comet going crazy. We got 2 flashes already being popped. Alright, yeah, no, just 1 flash being popped out by PQ Fox. But quite a bit of damage. Hit that level 2. Gotta respect it.
Chandler really got a lot of damage off of that. So really nice that they focused on to Gabe, and he didn't even have to worry about a flash.
On the red side, we have PQ Ganks playing Camille, PQ Hajd playing Poppy in the jungle, PQ Hennyfang playing Corky, Camille just beating the crap out of Volibear for funsies,
As you do.
PQ Fox playing Ziggs Armored Personnel Carrier, and PQ Yuhan playing Blitzcrank poorly.
What do you? Oh, look at that hook! But then Channel Clark hits
Beautiful
Arcane
hook.
Shift. That's pretty much all going to be the bot lane. I feel like this is not even in the hands of Yuham at the moment because of his Q. I think it's pretty much only in Gabe Kochki with the hook that's going to be maddening it. But anyways, for the blue side, I'll introduce him this time. It's going to be the Wulfpack Mingos, Bizzle in the top lane playing the Volibear, at the side in the jungle playing the Karthus. Mid lane we got the Swan Tech playing the Akshan. In the bottom lane to round it all out, we saw Channel Clark just got grabbed and Gabe Kochki throwing up wonderful hook over to a minion to really gap close his way into there. We're getting quite a bit of damage and first blood with the thwip from Gabe Kochki.
Arcane Comet Thresh OP.
OP. Oh, and now we're seeing a gank or a tower dive in the top lane, really well executed right there. Using the E or using the passive from Poppy in order to get tower aggro, dashing straight into Abysmal because he can't really do anything other than like flash away. And then died because PQ Ganks just does damage. So does, 80, but yeah. Hodge, 80? I don't know. We'll decide on the name of it eventually. Poppy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very nicely done gank there, just because, as you said, it is just Abysmal kind of trapped there. Gank's having so much damage output, and she still has Ignite. And, oh, well. There goes Akshan.
Here we go. I was really curious why the scoreboard wasn't. I was like, damn, no one got a CS yet?
I noticed that too.
I was looking
like-
because I saw Abysmal like TP back, and I was like, damn, he didn't buy anything. He just bought a potion and returned back. And then I looked at everyone else, like, damn, no one's CSing.
Bro, how is it 1-1 when no one's got any kills?
If this was supposed to be an only kills game, did I miss something here?
No kills. It's all pacifist. Whoever pushes tower better.
Very interesting, going Dark Seal on Karthus.
I mean,
I
you
don't
don't
see
need,
why.
you don't need
but
kills to actually get Dark Seal stats. You just need assists. Yeah.
He also didn't go at first, so he currently is at O stacks.
Yeah, it's okay. Soon. TM.
Soon TM.
Yes.
His ultimate getting stacks easy, but personally, not what I would have gone. But I also would have gone Dark Harvest. So
Yes, the stacking. But I do love the money option. Money option is my favorite option, while Abysmal is now looking to do the damage option over the ganks. Able to mitigate a lot of that true damage Q damage from EQ ganks thanks to that shielding, but still not a favorable trade. Nick Swantek gets revealed by that control ward there because you're only camouflaged, you're not actually invisible.
Not favoring Volley's chances here until he gets to back and get some more items. Because currently it's a Volibear with a Dorans against Camille with a Sheen. That's not a good time.
True. Very true.
Yeah, that is one of the saddest of times, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially when this happens.
Oh, you hate to
Yeah.
see it.
There's the
Does commit the
Hextech
gank. He does
ultimate.
get quite a bit of damage off. Honestly, if his Q was on a little, or his W was on a little bit of a low cooldown, or maybe he commits to a fight a little bit sooner, I feel like that could honestly maybe go in the way if he just wasn't as behind as he is. Maybe got something different, but Gabe Kachi is going to get hooked by Yuham. Gets quite a bit of damage off, trying to get the last bit of kill. Does commit the heal in order to save him, even though Gabe Kachi was able to dodge away from it. Now Yuham, you're on the run. You have a little bit of mana. I don't know where that mana... Oh, you have a mana bit. You have that biscuit, but you managed to get a knock-up, get away, and stay alive.
Okay, so far he can still come to the light. He can still choose to be AP Blitzcrank. It's not too late.
No. Stay on the dark side. Build normally.
Stay on the dark side.
Build support items. They won't expect
It
it.
feels like we're having a conversation with like evil Kermit. Like, that's what it feels like currently. Just like conversation with evil Kermit.
Excellent.
But I am okay. I'll be very honest. I am very confused on what is going on with the bot lane. Look, I understand the Thresh is menacing. He's terrifying. He
It's
takes souls and everything.
The
But, like,
Arcane
Yeah,
Comet!
working-
Ezreal.
Next on tech,
like,
and he ganked by Hades. Oh, what a flash!
Ooh.
Look at that. That was some fancy feat. Too bad we don't have. Too bad we're not at our one outer item power spike with anything at the moment. Corky does need to at least hit one item in order to actually really do tons of damage. Gigtachi now getting spotted out here. Gets hooked, but again, no follow up. Because, I mean, anything really does not have damage until he builds that one item or mana.
Yuham doesn't have any damage at all the whole game because he chose the wrong build.
Would you rather he take Arcane Comet or?
Yes.
Well, Ganks has some ganking going on for him.
Oh boy, this is a good Uno reverse card. It's like traveling into top lane so often, but now
This
he's
is a
getting
terrible
visited in
Uno
top
reverse
lane.
card.
But Karth is doing so much damage. Look at that. He managed to get a kill. Channel Clark on the bottom side able to solo kills against PQ Fots, and now I'm surprised it was a 1-for-1 trade in the top lane and a solo kill in the bottom lane. So this is still favorable for Mingos, funny enough.
Haha, you killed Karthus. Luckily, doesn't matter for the next 7 seconds.
Yeah, that is how it be when you play against a Carson. You kill him and you're low on health. That just means that you guaranteed your death as well.
I am curious as to the interaction between Karthus and Akshan. If Akshan
So-
will just interrupt Karthus' passive.
No, he will revive after his passive finishes.
Oh, that's very nice.
It's just like I only know that because I also looked it up for Scion. He will finish being dead before being alive.
Oh, okay. He got his affairs in order.
Yeah. Oh, heads flashing.
what's-
Surprise!
what the
Can we
heck
get the
was
hook?
that?
Oh, we go invisible instead. Throws out the lantern, and we're fine. You him. Unable to really get that hook in. He was looking for it, but he just wasn't entirely sure if he could, like, 100% secure it.
I never really understood Hextech Flash. It allows you to move about 6 inches in any direction, which doesn't do much. 'cause
Over
you have to
walls then.
channel-
Or
Yeah,
was
I
it?
guess.
And if you get the surprise on them, it's not entirely like if you're in a bush and you just head flash in a random direction. Sometimes it just works.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Or you could have chosen a rune that wasn't Hextech Flash.
I mean, okay, so if we go into Inspiration Tree, if we want to
That's-
stay in the
that's true.
Inspiration Tree, where do we want to go?
Cosmic.
Cosmic
I'd say
Insight.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cosmic
CDR.
Insight is it's wait, is it item CDR too?
It is, and Summoner Spell,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, it is Summoner Spell, I know that for sure. But item CDR means that you also get your trinket up faster, so I guess Cosmic is not the worst, but that's aside. Unfortunately, you guys got caught out by that. Ooh,
Tactical error.
wow, he's still doing tons of damage. And here comes the ulti. Here comes the money. And no money. No money. It's over, guys. Man, money's been canceled.
Wait.
Sorry.
Wait a minute, there's a threat on the way.
But in the top lane,
well.
Abysmal is getting once again just fighting up against Gains. Well, Kachi was like, "Don't worry, I got you. I'll end the kill." And the box kills anything. Oh, the Arcane Comet Thresh is really paying off, boys.
You know what? Never mind. I take back what I said earlier about the Thresh not being the threat. He is absolutely the threat here.
This bot lane's
Gentlemen?
5-2, and you'll never believe who has most of the kills.
The Thresh has 66% kill participation.
Thresh is cracked.
Thresh OP.
Thresh OP, please nerf.
He's just
please
getting
don't.
stacks. Man's gonna go full AP Thresh without even building an AP item, Vigar style.
Well, we're going
Tango.
Man,
to
if only
see.
Blitzcrank could do that.
Oh no, we're
wait,
on
what?
a very unfavorable area using Swantek as a means of escape. Unfortunately, Swantek still able to auto attack after that, so he's able to pick up that kill. Swantek, unfortunately, also too big for his britches, going to have to flash away from the Blitzcrank hook there as well. But the dragon will be secured. First one of the game for the Wulfpack Mingos, while Abysmal, he's running all the way to his second tower, but it's not even enough still. Camille just does too much damage to you.
I think it's fair to say that XVII and the rest have just said, all right, we're gonna abandon this top lane. Volley is just gonna die 24/7 to the Camille. We could care less. We got objectives, and we have a Thresh who is just being a god with the Ezreal. So we're just fine with it.
Thresh carry.
Fresh carry indeed. Nice
Oh.
dodge, nice dodge.
Does have his Leandries.
Does have play injuries, and he
wait.
has the first strike, so he could be making money. But
He could be.
he could be making money. Well, it looks like
Or
Hades
being-
also looking to try to make some money off at the side. But he chose a bad time because Abysmal's actually returning back to lane, forcing Hades in order to flash away from that. I also noticed XVII did not take flash. I respect it. Honestly, I respect it. He was like, I'm a mobile champion, I'm gonna stay immobile. And decided to go with a combat summoner spell. I honestly love it.
Well, he's gonna die either way, so at least now he's got more options. He can make you stay near him whenever he's dead.
Yeah. Or
Not good
you're
for you.
slowed, and then his Q, and then he just Qs you a million times, and then he just doesn't die. You know, that's also an alternative that's happening so far. But...
I'm liking Action's Wits End first item. I think.
Oh.
They have a lot of
Not-
AP on their side, actually. You know, if this was a AP Blitzcrank, I'm sure you would agree with me. But Corki and Ziggs both do a pretty good amount of AP damage.
I mean, in all fairness, even without building AP, Blitz still does a somewhat decent amount of AP.
It's a solid amount of base damage. Well, looks like I think this top lane is going to be. Ooh, look at that! We got cashed out before the Herald fall down there. So good job, good job. Terrorblades managed to get the kills worth of money at the very least. So good on ya. Now will PQ gains get ganked. Doo doo doo. Surprise! Nick Swantek out of the river. Here he comes into. Oh, charges up the comeuppance. Just go. Manage to get it, and heroic swings to make sure he gets that. And it will be the kill over in the top lane for Nick Swantek, as well as the bot lane tower. So that's a lot of money. And SSI, unfortunately, this is not your jungle. You're doing a really good job at counter jungling, but I think in this instant, oh, you're still going to get.
Huh?
You died a little too slow. I'll be okay. SSI,
Not impressed by that play.
okay.
Yeah,
So
not very great.
the idea, great. You overestimated how much damage your opponents did to you. I'll be honest. So you know, a little bit of a downside there. You tried to channel the like you want to die, hit the ulti, and then cash out all this money because you had your first strike already active.
That is what we call a tactical error, gentlemen.
Tactical error did not happen. You know, we did also lose our stats from that, but it's okay. It's fine. Mingos are still solidly in about 3k gold lead. It's a lot of gold on them. Let's look at it where it's at. I'm surprised it's actually that even in the top lane, huh?
It's just the bot lane.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah,
even in the
it's
top
a
lane.
lot.
Jungle is about 800 gold. It's pretty even in the mid lane by like 600, and then you got bot lane Thresh, who's a whole 1,000 gold above the Blitzcrank. And
And
then
Ezreal's 1,000 above Ziggs.
Is it a full 1,000? I thought it was. Oh yeah, it's a full 1,000. I don't know why. I thought it was like only 800.
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
Yeah, map would be hard.
Yeah.
I do want to say like this bot lane, like I love the Ziggs and Wulfpack, like I really do. But look, I'm gonna just be straight with you, Chief. The Ziggs Blitz just, yeah, they just did not play well in that early stage there. So really,
Yeah,
Ezreal's
been
not even
better.
behind. Ezreal's feeling great.
It would have been better if, for example, Blitzcrank. I don't have to continue this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Chandler Clark, unfortunately, you are in the Thunderdome where Ganks is able to get a kill on you. But we have the whole team coming in. Gabe Koch with another kill, let's go! But he's on top of the package, so he's gonna die. And at the side, it looks like he's gonna be the next one up. Anything is doing quite a bit of damage. Hade is trying to get onto the next one tick, or at least delay him, at the very least. Wow, that's another cash out. It's a sign. And, oh my goodness, next one tick able to revive two of the teammates there as well. And that's solidly a 1 fight. This was previously a even 3 for 3, but now it's... now we get the revive off, so it's like we don't have to waste our time. We managed to push out a little for towers. DQ Thoughts just not able to compete just as well. At this stage.
Quick, cast your bets. Cloud, Ocean, or Infernal?
Let's go. I want to go Mountain. I'm bidding Mountain. We
You
didn't.
think it's Mountain?
Oh shoot, my bad. Yeah, you know what? I'm betting. I'm doubling down. I'm bidding Mountain.
Well, I
I was
don't
gonna
think
say
so.
Infernal.
Oh, you got it. It's Infernal.
Yeah, I was gonna say Infernal. Oh well.
It's Infernal.
Yeah, it is
Guys,
Infernal.
shocker,
I'm
it's not Mountain.
surprised. Mountain Drake confirmed.
My
hated by Riot
disappointment
Games.
is immeasurable.
I like the Mountain Drake guess.
My disappointment is immeasurable, just like how Talbert doesn't get to see an AP Blitzcrank. We are both equally disappointed. Well, not
So
equally,
sad.
but disappointed.
I'm more disappointed.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see my AP Morgana last round either.
Yeah. You know, yeah, it's such a shocker. These supports have
All
to
my
build support
brethren are
items.
failing me.
Oh,
You can't just build a carry and call it good.
Hey, you're doing a great job. I'll make sure I give you your checks in the mail. Promise.
nice.
Sorry, what? Sorry.
why
what?
Why would you bribe a support? You give them like a kid's meal from McDonald's. That's like all they're
I could have bribed
Yo.
anyone else, but why the support?
Hold on, I'll take a kid's meal from McDonald's. Hold on, is that still on the table?
I do want to say one thing though. The support plays have actually been really cool to see. in this one.
Honestly, I feel like in these past 2 games, even in the first game with Lamp versus Dawgmar Gaming, I feel like sports have been really the spotlight to really note here. I think these guys are playing pretty well.
And I'm not going to say it because of one guy in particular. However, there
Dodge.
is a okay. We're not going to talk about that hook.
No,
There is
Dodge,
a
easy.
reigning champion. There is a reigning MVP in one region because he's just so damn good at what
Oh
he
no!
does.
Oh no, Nick!
Uh-oh,
wait,
uh-oh.
turn around. All right, turned around. Cool.
Yes, this is a best of 3.
Yes, this is a best of 3 series. This is game 2 currently, with Mingos currently in the lead. They said they want to do a best of 7. But I'll be honest, I'm a little hungry. I'll let them play. I'll let them play to their heart's content for this series, but I'm gonna have to end it after this one because I mean. I know them internally agreed that they want to do a best of 7. I personally, in my stomach, disagree about a best of 7.
Rex was actually triggered by the McDonald's Happy Meal offer.
I'll be honest, I am.
Something about that happy offer
Man,
just
those
made it
nuggies.
very, very.
Bro, the
and
Nuggies,
it's like,
don't even
it
get me
was best of
started.
7.
Okay, but back to this game, back on topic here. Ganks is
Camille's
looking
beating
for a
the tar
pretty,
out of people.
yeah, he's looking for a pretty good pick
Actually,
onto
I decided
Swan
to
Tank,
leave.
but unfortunately,
Okay.
this is a
Oh.
little overkill.
Camille was not living through that one. I
Yeah, you
will-
can tell Ganks was like, really? Y'all committed all of this for me?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
you know, Karthus was looking at the map and saw someone was getting low and just went,
Absolutely.
Yeah, Camille currently not having the greatest of times. He was
No
doing
way,
pretty
right?
good in laning phase. He went with the Ignite and TP instead of picking Flash top lane because he really wanted to try to dominate top lane. But we saw in the end there, they had even gold. So he wasn't even winning that much in top lane, which is super unfortunate to see if they're trying to play around that. Anything, he's trying a lot. He has his he's hitting 2 items now. He even went with Luden's Tempest instead of trying to go for like the alternative, which is going Titanic Hydra second, which gives you a lot more wave clear. But this gives you a lot more damage options, which is pretty good still. But right now, it's
If we
not
just
looking great for
saw-
PQ.
if we just saw Ziggs items on Blitzcrank, I think that would be better. Even if it's just melee injuries.
Look, it's Topper. You're gonna have to let go, okay? That
No, I don't want to.
you gotta let go. He already built the locket. He's not selling
He
it.
already built it.
No, he can sell.
No, he's
He
not.
has gone to the dark side. He has no plans on returning.
No.
We also don't allow refunds, so
Okay.
yeah, we're not returning him.
And you're right. You're right, Livy. I shouldn't be such a downer. This is only a 5k gold lead. There's a lot you can cut. I've seen worse that you can turn back from. So I mean, we just look for good picks right here, right? Such as this one over onto Gabe Kachi gets pretty low. Ganks unfortunately goes down, but he's distracting the whole team. Anything's looking trying to get his way in. Does quite a bit of damage, but ooh, great dodge by Channel Clark in order to make sure he doesn't get fall down there. Anything does fall down, not before that Sai does. That Sai gets the ult off. No further kills down. Let's go. Perfect. Okay, PQ Font. Oh, they're going in hard. They're going ham for this. PQ Font gets pretty low. Hey, he's also pretty low here. Nick Swantek is actually a... Wait. I thought he was dead. No, he was dead. Right?
He was dead.
He was dead. Now he's not. But now... Oh, double kill for Nick Swantek. Oh, he's looking for the third one.
Ooh!
And he does get the third one. Wow,
Triple
that was...
kill.
Clean.
That was very clean. But...
Look, it is
7k
the-
gold lead?
What is it? Crystal Rose,
I've...
right?
Huh? Oh, it's
That's
yeah.
Crystal Rose action. So yeah, I mean he
Yeah,
has
Crystal
to
Rose.
make some clean plays, looking that clean in that skin.
Yeah, it's looking pretty clean. But okay, if you guys were here for DMG versus Lampost, or yeah, you were here. You saw it. You saw what happened with the auction. This could happen here too. We will get 2 shutdowns. You just make 2 bad calls. It could very much switch over pretty well. So we'll have to see if it actually does do that. But at the moment, Mingos are going to be focusing down and trying to get this Baron, trying to stop the steal. Does not get the steal. Looking for a fight. Gate Koch gets over the wall. Does use the lantern in order to bring him over. Chandler Clark is getting pretty low. That's the Lush Bomb. Good job on that. Good. Oh my goodness. What a fly in order to stop the damage from the hook shot, but it's not going to matter too much because he is going to be killing the Ezreal, and then Camille goes down to the auction. Bismil now also just chasing down. He has no. He's been chasing down for so long. He has no mana.
Volibear with a little hop.
Oliver, yep. All right, no death. I don't.
No death.
No death.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh. But man, we're
Be a
that
dark
close.
horse.
So we could see something similar to happen between DMG and Lampost, where Nick Swantek just suddenly, you know, we give away too many things. We get too big for our britches. We think too highly of ourselves, and we give up all these extra kills. I'm sure there's 11k gold lead is an oof, but
I've actually
I've
won a
s-
game
I've
with the
s-
enemy team having 11k gold lead.
I've seen games where you won in a deficit, and I've also seen games where if you're an old GRLCS fan, it's Mingos versus RLK like 2 seasons ago, where they came back from like a 14 gold deficit, and I don't even think they won in a gold lead still.
That's not very much gold. 14 gold? It's like a ranged minion.
14k gold?
Yeah, 14k gold.
If you
Nah,
if you
that's nothing.
bring it to late game, if you take it far enough to late game, all leads are negated.
Facts.
That is true.
Yeah,
75-minute game, 80,000 gold. Who cares?
man, I'm
Over like 400 or 1,000 CS. Who gives a damn?
and Nick Swantek. Hey, this looking a little familiar. Nick Swantek looks like he's gonna get a little shutdown, and the
and it
shutdown
went
goes
for
to anything
40.
too. Ooh, that's actually pretty spicy. That's pretty
That
spicy.
would
If you're a
be-
PQ fan, you're
would
gonna
be
like
all
that.
the way.
You're gonna like, yeah.
Master curse.
Hey, yeah, that's why I was
awesome.
saying it so often. I was hoping, the Castle Curse really kicks in there. Sorry, Nick. I'm here for content.
I thought you were here for nuggies.
Well,
you were
that
here for
too.
your son.
No, I leave for Nuckies. I'm here for content.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But anything getting that shutdown is going to be putting a cool 1k gold into his pocket. And Nick Sontek still has another shutdown that would be another 1k gold if they can catch him out just like that once again. We want to go ahead and check out the gold differences. It has shortened up a little bit here. Top lane is will actually have a lead for Abysmal because he's been side laning. We see at the side he doesn't count. He has first strike. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money he's been generating. I don't know how to check it, so I won't. Mid lane, and then mid lane you got 2k gold lead. That's just 2 more shutdowns over for anything in order to catch back up. And then PQ Fox, that's just 1k gold lead. That's actually just probably one of the smaller ones alongside the top lane. So it's not, it's very much so comebackable.
Can you hover over his keystone?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man. PQ.
So I have.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'll just, yeah, unfortunate for Gain. God, Gain's not having a fun time. He's building damage, but he's just getting obliterated by other team's damage. Let me go ahead. It's this button, and then I can click here, and then I check his rune. He made 900 extra gold from his keystone.
Wow.
Incredible.
Now imagine if he had Dark Harvest.
But I mean, he already killed Ganks with that much damage. Dark Harvest is just a little overkill, is it not?
Well, aside from the 4
never
times
overkill for a kill.
I mean, aside from the 4 times we've seen wherever he's left someone on like 10 health.
Well, that's a different issue.
Yeah, one that was solved by Dark Harvest.
Well,
Look,
but would he have the amount of items that he has right now? How much gold is he holding on? Yes, he would, actually.
He's actually had 2 control words since like the beginning of the game.
I think he's actually been placing them and then just rebuying every
I
time.
think he's just got the 2, and he's just kept them the whole time.
They're lucky
Just
charms.
like
They're lucky
Florida.
charms at this point then, Makes one take
Just
having a
like
little
Florida.
swing, going around in a circle. But man, I
Taking a
don't know
couple
why
of
Director
times.
Cam's all still at the top lane. They're taking a whole Infernal Drake, and then I think we're doing a little bit of a trying to go for the steal. Gigpachi, unfortunately, this is not your jungle. Going to be going down there.
Great poppy play.
Yeah. And, ooh, using the
No
ulti to
recall
cancel
for
the
everybody.
backs, and anything goes down. Now
And
Chandler Clark
dies.
is running through them. They're looking for, Chandler Clark, you have to be careful. Can you kite away? This is a little bit. Yeah, just get Haiti. You hands also trying to back, but it's like just denies that too. Ganks, he's walking. He's walking all the way back because he knows he's not going to be able to,
Oh.
It's over.
we hate to see that.
It's time to take the L out of Lover, because I believe that it is over, brother.
So sad to see. So sad to see. They're able to get the Infernal Drake, but they are going to be losing out most of their base. This is going to be a triple inhib as well.
The card that says no one gets to recall.
Yeah,
Comes to the
okay.
end game. You may have kicked him away for the dragon, but it doesn't matter when he can just ulti you to stop you from your base going down.
I gotta say, besides even if they weren't ridiculously ahead at this moment, but
Wait a minute.
for a minute they are looking for a bit of a fight.
Uh-oh.
It is evened up. We do see TP coming in for Abysmal. We're using him as a little bit of a stopgap in order to get Haiti out of there, but he's not going to be out of there. Anything, you're too close. You got hit by the hook, and now you're going to just get deleted. Next on tech, you just swung yourself into some mines. You got to be careful about those. Those hurt a little bit. Triple kill for Etta side here. They're still looking for the last one here for PQ Fox. He is the last remaining member. He does get stunned up here, and it
What is
looks...
happening to Action? Look at his inventory. No.
he's a full AP. I don't even know what scales off AP in Action.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he just sold all his items. He died. But
That's incredible.
GG's. I gotta say, okay. So breaking it down a little bit, I want to say I want to commend XVII for using that ulti to deny the backs. If he
The pop
wasn't,
denial for the
yeah,
grab of soul was great.
yeah, even if he,
Immediately followed by the no backs.
even if, yeah, it was a great fight. Even if they weren't ridiculously ahead, that was really smart moves from both sides. And I do want to commend both teams. PQ, you guys won one hell of a season, but you guys had to go against your old team Mingos. That's Yuham used to coach for. It's so sad to see you guys go, but it was one hell of a victory for you Mingos, and I'm excited to see where else you guys go. I did say that I would be doing a little bit of a post game interview if any of the Mingos are interested in doing that. Let me choose the outcome right quick. There we go.
Commendations all around, except for Blitzcrank.
You just really wanted him. Let's see.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think I'll get both Kochki and Yuham in here, but I'll do it a little separately. So first, let's go, Gabe. If you're ready, I'm gonna just kidnap you. Let's see, uh,
Take him, brother.
let's see. All right, let me just yoink you all the way to get right. Hello there, Gabe.
Yo, bring Hammy in here, man. It's a joint interview.
Yeah, I'm like I just need him to join a voice call and I can yoink him right into.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Go. Let's see. Let's go ahead and maybe dissect the game just a little bit while we're waiting for Yuhan to get in here. So let's start off with game one's draft. Just for first and foremost, game one's draft, you guys, you had to do an emergency sub. You couldn't have TJ because hope he's doing well, but he is currently in a storm right now, and he has no power. So I'm hoping that
Yeah, we
things
got
get better for
one
him.
message from him by the end of the series to our mid laner, and the message just said, "Can you read this? Wi-Fi's out." That's the only form of communication we've had with him. So if anyone lives somewhere in Georgia and you want to go check on my boy, I don't know his address, but would be greatly appreciated. We don't really care that much, but I mean, it would just be nice to have our fifth player. But yeah, emergency sub, Abysmal, Brian, Micah whatever his last name is. Our sponsor, the owner of Wulfpack, stepping in to keep one of his teams able to up and running in a playoff situation. So we're very grateful for that, and we appreciate him filling the slot of TJ. Not quite as well as TJ would have performed, but
yeah, not as many deaths, not as many
emergency sub.
towers.
Exactly, not as many good deaths for sure. I mean, he finished with only what, 2 deaths game 2. That's rookie numbers compared to TJ.
Absolutely, but
True.
yeah, but so going into draft one with knowing that you were going to have a sub, what were your guys' thoughts? Just like, did you just put him on the Shen, or did he was like, oh, I can play Shen? Or what were you
I
thinking?
mean, he ironically, fortunately, was sitting in our other Discord with us before the game started. So we
Okay.
were able to get him in quick, and we just told him, hey, you're playing tanks, like that's your job. You're playing tanks.
Okay.
So, um, sorry, I'm informing you, Ham.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries, you're all good.
Um,
I do
but yeah,
have
no, good. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay.
no worry. I was gonna just ask, like, I did have one question for you. Like,
hmm
the Morgana pick, was that more pick just picked specifically because you guys knew Nautilus was there, might as well be the hard counter to him and just ruin everything for for PQ
Yeah,
there already.
I mean, I don't trust my AD carry to not get hooked by Nautilus hooks, nor do I trust my mid laner to not get hooked by Nautilus hooks. So I had to grab the Morg. I got to play the spell shield for them specifically. That was pretty much the only reason. That's why you saw the support Morgana build too, all Imperial and Mikhails and all that crap. Got to keep the boys alive.
Yeah,
That is
true,
true.
true. And then since now we have Yuham in here, so you guys knew that that the Mingos were going to have a sub. Did you guys have changed any of your strategies around that? So because I saw there was a decent amount of ganks in the top lane, but did you guys really maybe change any sort of plans that you had going into this game, knowing that they had a sub in the top lane now?
Yeah, our plans kind of went into shambles when TJ wasn't playing because we expected at least 10 deaths out of the top lane coming out of laning phase. So when that didn't come through, we were a little baffled. But when it comes to picking and banning, everything was pretty much the same, besides the fact that we didn't have to get rid of TJ's signature Scion.
Yeah, that did for what ban would you have replaced with the Scion?
I can't even remember who I banned. Rengar, Lulu, probably the Jinx. Game 2. I can't remember the game 1. Who our
Game
third
one,
ban
it was
was.
Vlad.
Rengar,
Third
Lulu,
ban was
Vlad,
Yeah.
Lee Sin,
Yeah.
and Zac.
It would have been Vlad instead, or Scion instead of Vlad.
Okay, respectable. I know. Actually, I never seen Nick actually play a Vlad, so I wouldn't know if he performs on that very well. I know previous Mingo Rally did play that pretty well, but in any case, so that's with game one. We understand that with those drafts, you were expecting the 2 and 87 Scion top lane, but now switching on over to game 2 here, what are some of the thoughts going into that? We did see that we did do the respect ban for Jinx because Chandler Clark did perform pretty well thanks to the supports, thanks to all the supporting measures that he had behind him. But was there anything going into game 2 that you guys were thinking, especially pulling out the Ziggs Corki?
Well, first and foremost, let it be known it was not an AD gap. It was a support gap. Gabe carried that bot lane as well as gap to me. Tends to happen. I was looking for a pass the torch moment from my mentor. Unfortunately, he wasn't ready to pass the torch. So I wanted to say that first and foremost. It was all Gabe in the bot lane. Secondly, I just think overall we underperformed. We knew once XVII got that Karthus, it was probably GG because as an honorary PQ member, we knew his strength in the Karthus. I think mentals were in shambles, and we were just looking to have fun for the fans. Unfortunately, we couldn't perform for you guys.
Yeah, I mean it was still a really good showing. Very pretty good Blitzcrank hooks. I remember in previous series, you guys had pretty insane ones, but it's just
To point out that Yuham's selling himself a little short here from game 1. He definitely out macroed and roamed me pretty much the whole early game. Nick was in shambles due to lack of vision mid and the pressure that was being exerted. So I just like to point out that I think Hammy's selling himself short. I think Fox and Chandler, fuck Chandler, man. He picked Ezreal. That champ sucks ass. I hate that champion. I hate it on my team. I hate it on the enemy team. PQ's at least gentleman and chose not to pick it. I got democracy outvoted and they picked a game 2. But yeah, no, I respect the Ziggs pick. Even though Ezreal was open, I appreciate PQ. But Hammy, you're selling yourself short, man. Off night for the PQ boys, but not a giant support gap, man. It's not hard to play Morgana and it's not hard to play Thresh. You unfortunately had Blitz into Ezreal. But nah, man, the torch can easily be passed on. I got carried by my boys tonight. I didn't do much.
I don't know. I thought it was still pretty funny with the Arcane Comet Thresh.
Yeah, that definitely was not on purpose. I was trying to buy that Thresh skin in Champ Select. Because I got my Twitch Prime RP, so I was trying to cash in on that bad boy quick, and yeah, just completely blanked on the concept of changing my runes.
I'll be honest, I don't even know if you could still if it works buying skins in Champ Select.
It did. I didn't. That Steel Dragon Thresh skin. I didn't own that skin until this game started.
Okay, okay. All right, nice.
I do have to like mention like it was like we were kind of questioning it, but we were like kind of joking. It's like it's gonna be, it's gonna be the carry or whatever. And then you got the double kill with your box, and we kind of were just like, all right, we understand why they're all focusing you instead of the
I thought-
instead of Chandler
Are you
Devs.
referring to when
Anything used his
Anything
package
Anything
straight
was
into
straight
your
into-
box.
I kid you not, guys. I didn't even realize I killed him, let alone was I boxing to try to damage. I was so focused on brawling with Hammy, and I was trying to box to get my way out of the Blitzcrank like ass grab. that I literally just boxed, and it said double kill, and I thought Hammy died, so I just T-posed, and then he ulted and executed my ass with the Blitz ult. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? And everyone was like, holy shit, Gabe, you're like 2000 IQ. And I was like, I still like they had to explain to me what happened because my boomer brain didn't even see the Corki package into the ult. So that was not a that was not a holy shit like core JJ Kochki Jr. play. That was a Gabe looking at his keyboard to make sure he hits R to try to get away from you, Ham.
Let it be known, anything on the Corky was not happy about running into that threshold. He is still beating himself up over that. And also, I was gonna let you walk out after that play because that was so hot. However, I was requesting a smooch in the alcove. Never got that all
That's
series.
fair. That's
So
fair.
unfortunately, we're gonna have to run it back in the fall, baby.
I'm down 100%.
All right,
I'm thinking we go some spicy picks game one. I was trying to get the team man to let me rock the Shaco, but they weren't having it.
Oh
Thank
no,
God,
not the
'cause-
Shaco.
Oh man.
Oh god.
My
Well-
Shaco terrorizes the Rift. I won't tell you for what team, but it terrorizes the Rift.
Fellas, on the behalf of PQ, Rex, Agent, Garlic, all you guys, we appreciate you as always. You know, not the way we want it to go out, but we love you guys' league, so appreciate you for having us.
And we love having you here. Thanks for signing up once again and participating. It's great seeing you in quarterfinals. It's going to be sad I won't be able to see anything's Corky or your general hook champions going on any further. But I hope I'll see you like in the chat cheering on for your old team, the Wulfpack Mingos.
You already know we ride for the Mingos. Good night, boys.
Good night.
Love you, Hammy.
Yeah,
Hey, love you too, Gabe.
And then one last question for you, Gabe. Is there anything
sir.
you want to say to the general audience here? We got a solid 30-ish viewers in chat right now. Do you want to say anything to them before we go ahead and close out for tonight?
I just want to say how much I love Rex and how Rex is obviously the best admin in Get Wrecked. I'd like to shout out April, my wife, who I see in chat. I assume she would have been asleep by now, but she's in North Carolina, currently on a work trip, but she's watching the stream and the game from the hotel right now. So hello, April. I miss you. Come home soon. I'd like to shout out Abysmal, Wulfpack's owner, our top lane sub, stepping in, has ginormous shoes to fill with TJ Lanier being missing. But I think he did a appropriate job. I think he held it down like the South up north. But yeah, pretty much shout out everybody except Nick and Chandler. Shout out Bidon, our coach. I love PQ. It breaks my heart that we won't get to see PQ later in playoffs, but anywhere the Mingos ride, we got a PQ flag with us. I got my PQ hoodie on, so I love the boys, and hope to play some games with you outside of Get Wrecked. But that's all for me. That's all for the Mingos. I don't know who we play next week. We might be prepared. We probably won't be, but you can expect at least entertaining games from us. So thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, so there we go. That's the quarterfinals for GRLCS. We still have one more quarterfinals technically. Actually, that's a surprise. Next week is because of scheduling conflicts. We're going to have another one between ZG and ITS. I'll be streaming that as well. Semifinals, for anyone who's wondering, will be not this Saturday, but it's going to be next weekend. There might be some conflicts, but worst case scenario, it's still going to just be on that Saturday. I'm going to see, but if anything, actually, it's probably going to be on that Saturday. But for now, that is going to be all of our games for tonight. We saw Lampost win, and we saw the Wulfpack Mingos win tonight as well. I don't know who exactly won between RLK And God, I feel so bad that I don't actually know who they were facing against. So I'm just gonna slyly pull up the website before anyone notices. It's not like I'm narrating the whole thing, but against Dudbro Gaming, right. So I'm not exactly sure who won there, but I will post the updated schedule for that's roughly what the prediction will be, because it depends whether if ZG wins or if IDS wins. But I'll post both of those scenarios up into the Discord. And well, I've been Retro Dragon alongside my co-casters here, Asami and Tallbird. You guys have anything to say before we close out for tonight?
I want to see an AP Blitzcrank.
Well, that's a shame.
Nothing. I'm just very happy I was able to cast again, and was extremely happy to see both Mingos and PQ play. And I cannot wait for the next time we see PQ and Mingos meet up once again.
Absolutely. So, once again, I'm Let's Go Dragon. He's Asami. The other guy, dude's a tall bird who wants to see AP Blitzcrank. And we've been a part of Get Reds. Thank you guys for following along for our Season 17. And we'll be back with next week with ZG versus IDS. Good night, folks.
Later.